Hello everyone, welcome to Veterans Memorial Stadium, where today the 81st annual Thanksgiving matchup between the Quincy Presidents and the North Quincy Red Raiders will be played. My name is Jonathan Clear of Quincy Access TV. I want to thank you for tuning in for our edition of QATV Sports. I'm being joined by Jim Timmons and Noel LeBona. We'll be bringing you the action here today at the stadium from the booth and on the field. Well, Jim and Noel, it's been quite a season of high school football here in the city of Quincy. Jim, we'll start with you first. North Quincy and Quincy both had high expectations coming into the season, and a lot of great players have stepped up for both teams this year.
Yeah, you're absolutely right about that. It was Quincy that had the better year, no question, and came closer to meeting their expectations. North Quincy, the thing I was most impressed about with them this year, John and Noel, was they're a four-quarter team. They weren't always in the game, but they played all four quarters. That showed an effect at the end of the season. The last two games that North Quincy played, Milford and Norwood, two victories, two impressive victories, and it gives some nice momentum coming into today's game.
Noel, speaking about North Quincy, Antoine Allen, their star running back, one of the best running backs in the state. Talk about him and his effect on the team for North Quincy.
Well, he actually gets stronger as the game progresses. You know, the type of kid you'd think he's a smaller kid, he's going to get a little tired. He can go the actual four quarters. Another thing that's very explosive about Antoine Allen is he does very well at returning kickoffs. He's returned 2 for touchdowns, and he can come out of piles. He's got 17 touchdowns this season and 1,500 yards rushing. Is the question today, is Quincy going to be able to stop Antoine Allen? Now, Eddie Ginto is back from that knee injury, and also the other players there, Davon Jones is going to be the other back that's there. You know, if they could put Kylie in a bootleg and set some stuff up and give Allen into open space, Quincy's going to have to do a really good job. Their defensive players on Quincy's side are the captains Matt Hines and Matt Kalowski on the two ends. But the other two players to look out for are Jake Bergonzi at linebacker and Dan Garenti at linebacker. Are those four guys are going to be able to stop Antoine Allen? If he gets into the open field, Quincy's going to have problems today.
Jim, on the offensive side of the ball for the Presidents, they have three guys we have to look out for: quarterback James Lamb and two running backs, Alex Alexandre and Jave Handsome Fields.
Yeah, I'm particularly happy for Alex Alexandre. He's a senior this year, sustained a tough injury to his shoulder, and that created problems for him all season because Alex is a guy who runs inside the tackles for Bill Reardon and the Quincy squad. But you're right about the three athletes. They're phenomenal athletes. A senior, Alexandre, a junior, Lamb, and a sophomore, the guy with the all-name team name, Handsome Fields. When he got his opportunity, he exploded on the football scene here. So it's going to be an enormous challenge for North Quincy High to keep all three of them in check because all three of them are talented runners, different strengths, and then you throw in the fact that Lamb can throw the football. Going to make for a very difficult day for the North Quincy defense.
In just one moment, we're going to go into an interview with Coach Bill Reardon, the head coach of the Quincy Presidents. Before we go to that interview, Noel, talk about Bill Reardon and his effect on this team and the coaching job he's done this season.
Bill Reardon's done a great job this season. They win today. They matched the record from last year at 7-4. They're 6-4 today. You got Mark Nutley on the other side, a disciple of him and his coaching staff at one point. Comes over to North Quincy, coaches a few years, and then becomes the head coach. He's in his first year, but you know, I'll tell you, Bill Reardon's done a great job. They've lost 3 games by 1 point. So, you know, literally they could be, 8-1 today going into this game. So it could have went other way. You know, he's 2-3 on Thanksgiving. He won his first game as a head coach after the 9-year Bob Noble Quincy wins. And then he lost 3 in a row with Jim Connor, and now he's won last year. So we'll see what happens today. I think it's going to be a close game. I'll give an early prediction. I think it's going to be 21-20, and I think the team that gets the extra points, the points after touchdown, is going to be the team that wins today.
All right, well, we're going to go to an interview now with Coach Bill Reardon. He talks about the season and talks a little bit about Thanksgiving and what they need to do to stop North Quincy. Being joined in studio now by the head coach of the Quincy Presidents, Bill Reardon. Bill, thanks for taking some time out of your busy schedule this week. I know there's a lot going on.
John, you're welcome. My pleasure.
Talk a little bit about the team in general for this year so far. You had a core group of seniors coming back with a lot of young guys, but talk about the team in general and your thoughts on the team.
Yeah, well, team in general, it's a great group of kids. I had said that, I think, to Bill Griffin at the Quincy Sun at the beginning of the year. I said, even if we go 0-11, they're good kids. They're coachable. They want to do well. They want to work hard. They listen to what you're saying. So it's a great group of guys to be around for this long 3.5 months. So they were fun to work with, and we had some, small group of strong senior leadership. on a predominantly young team of juniors and sophomores, and they came together well and had some bumps on the road along the way, but overall it's been a pretty fun season.
Talk about your senior leadership. You have three captains, Alex Alexandre, Matt Kozlowski, and Matt Hines. Talk about the three of them first for the senior group.
Yeah, just three outstanding kids, great leaders. I'll start with Matt Kozlowski. Matt is a 4.0 GPA in the classroom. He's a great kid, smart kid, works hard. I don't think he missed him and Matt Hines. They didn't miss a day of practice all year. Just every day coming to work hard. Alex, the only reason why he missed practice is because he had hurt his shoulder against Hingham, but also a great leader, inspirational before and after practice. The kids really look up to them, and they've been, I'm lucky to have the three of them.
We mentioned you have a lot of underclassmen, and one that's probably the biggest of all the underclassmen is your quarterback, James Lamb, the junior. Second year as starting quarterback. How did he progress along this year and his second year as a full starter? Yeah,
he's come along great. You think back a year ago, poor Andrew Schaff when he broke his leg, and you never want to see him get hurt. But the silver lining of that is what a great year of experience for James to be able to learn the offense around a talented team. So where he didn't have, all he had to do was just manage the game last year, and it was just great experience for him. And so now as this year has moved along, he ended up assuming more and more responsibility of the offense. So instead of becoming a game manager, he's kind of developed into one of our key players.
Talk about some of the other underclassmen that have played big parts for your team this year.
Yep. I'll start with Jake Bergonzi. He plays outside linebacker for us. He sets the tone for it when he plays well. Two guys in particular, I kind of give him a hard time. Jake Bergonzi and Armani Cardoso. I say to those, look guys, when you guys play well, we do well. When you don't play well, we don't do well, which is kind of funny. So those guys have been great. William Young, defensive line, right guard for us. He's been an outstanding playmaker for us. Abraham Hody plays left tackle, just solid. And then also in the secondary, Ryan Turpin, he's a junior. He's been playing some corner for us. And Jave Handsome Field, who he's been doing great at running back when Alex got hurt, but he's been starting at safety the whole year too. And he's played really, really well there. We were talking before we started rolling that you've had 3 one-point losses this year. Is that tough on the kids? Is it tough more on the coaches, knowing that if we had called this play and that play, if we'd executed this a little bit better, how does that take a toll on the team with the 3 one-point losses? Yeah, well, I think it takes a harder toll on the coaches than it does the kids because we stay up all night thinking we just could have done that better. But I mean, the kids take it hard too. But at the end of the day, it is a good learning experience. Like I think early on, like especially with that Braintree loss, it was our second game of the year, and some of those kids, that was their first road game of the season. Some late game situations that they've never been in before. And as the season went on, those late game situations came up again and again, and we handled them better and better. So tough learning process, but one we had to go through. Going up against Red Raiders, beat them last year, obviously want to get a big one this year. What are you trying to tell the kids getting ready for Thanksgiving? I mean, obviously they know it's North Quincy, so you probably don't have to tell them a lot because they know it's an important game. But what are you trying to focus them on for the game coming up? Antoine Allen. And this is, I'm dead serious when I say this. He will be, come Thursday, the best running back we've seen all year, and that without a doubt. Now Sam Banger from Hingham was a very good football player, but I think Antoine's a little bit better. We played against him last year. He had some very explosive plays against us on Thanksgiving last year, and he's got that capability. I went to the Milford game. I saw the 5 touchdowns and the 300 yards. I mean, all I got to do is say Antoine, and the kids know what we got to do. Good luck Thanksgiving morning. Obviously looking for a second win in a row. And what's going to be the last thing you might tell the kids when you're getting ready to head onto the field? Other than Antoine Allen to focus on, what's one of the things you're going to be telling the kids to be really focused with for the game? Well, just to make sure that you have no regrets. This is it, especially for the seniors. There is no tomorrow. I mean, that's literally there'll be no tomorrow at that point. So make sure every play you give it everything you got, and just that there's no regrets. All right. Well. Good season. Hopefully you can finish off on a high note, and good luck, and we'll talk to you soon down the road. All right, thank you. Thanks a lot. You're welcome.
Welcome back, everyone, to QATV's pregame show. My name is Jonathan Calera, being joined by Jim Timmons, and also being joined now by Richard DeCristofaro, the superintendent of schools here in the city of Quincy. Superintendent, happy Thanksgiving.
Same to you, Jonathan, and Jim. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it's nice to see you this morning, Dr. Superintendent, whatever we'll call you. I want to let you know we threw Noel DeBona out of the interview circle because he's one of your new bosses.
Yeah,
you know?
he's my boss.
We're afraid of what he says.
He's a good man. He's a good man.
Yeah,
Thank
but
you.
thanks for coming aboard.
Sure, but first of all, I enjoy your broadcast every year. You know,
Thank
not
you very
only
much.
for this game, for other games. You know, really great insight, but also how positive you are about our kids on a regular basis. So I'm very, very appreciative of that.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
It was easier this year, I'll tell you. This
bet.
is a terrific group on both sides. The Quincy team had a little better record and more accomplishment, but the North kids, I refer to them as a four-quarter team. Whether they were up or down, they
Never
played
quit.
hard.
Never quit. You
Yeah.
know, and that's typical of our student athletes, and you know that more than so many other people. You know, and we have these two coaches that are in the system, as we talked about, that are dedicated not only on the field, but also in the classroom as well. And I think that's a great thing for our kids to see, as well as our two new athletic directors. Both very, very fine teachers, but also coaches that understand student athletes and making sure that the academics come first, but the athletics take a real prominent part of their life.
This is one of the highlights of the season here in Quincy Public Schools in the city of Quincy, and it's certainly good to see all the alumni come out, all the fans, the students come out and support the student athletes.
Yeah, it really is. It's a wonderful day. It's always a wonderful day. The weather today is a bit brisk, but I have to tell you, it's sunny, it's beautiful, and I hope more and more people come to the game and enjoy it, because it is about tradition, it's about the Quincy Public Schools, but also so much about our great city.
Well, Rick, we want to thank you. We hope you have a nice day with your family today, and we know there'll be a great day today. I'm not going to ask you what your thoughts are. We have our own thoughts about the game. I know you sit right on the 50-yard line as superintendent.
As always.
But you are a guy who came through Quincy High School, and you're very proud of that outfit there.
Yeah, I am. I am very, very proud of the high school. But as you know, we have two beautiful high schools and a beautiful Central that overlooks Veterans Memorial Stadium
That's
as well.
blocking some of the wind today. Central
probably a
Middle
good
is
thing.
doing a great job.
Part of the
cutting
design,
down.
Jim. Part of the design. Yes, yes.
All right.
Well, thank you both very, very much. Happy
Thanks for joining
Thanksgiving.
us, and happy Thanksgiving to you, too.
to you.
You as well.
Thanks.
Thank
Take
you.
care.
All right, we're talking about the wind, Jim. We're talking about
Thank you,
that
everyone.
team behind us. North Quincy's right behind us, warming up. We can see some of the quarterbacks, and going into the wind, going towards the north end zone, might be an issue today.
Yeah, we were watching them throw, and when you're throwing from south to north, I'm not oriented properly on our screen, but when you're heading northerly, the ball's fluttering, it's really getting knocked down, so it's going to be an interesting factor. Which side the teams are on is going to dictate what their offenses do today.
All right, well,
we're being joined here by His Honor the Mayor.
Mayor, happy Thanksgiving.
Morning, gentlemen. Happy Thanksgiving.
Morning, Mayor.
We were just talking with the superintendent how this is one of the highlights of the season here in the city of Quincy. Highlight the student athletes, but it gets the whole city out and involved, the students, the alumni, and just residents who like to enjoy some football.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, there's probably a few communities that have head-to-head within the community. You see a lot of games, town versus town, but kids on both sides know each other, families know each other. It's just a tremendous tradition and rivalry that we have here every Thanksgiving at Veterans Memorial Stadium, and what a venue.
Certainly, and it kicks off the holiday weekend here in the city of Quincy. Usually your football game, the lighting, Santa's arrival, and of course the parade.
Yes, actually we kicked it off Tuesday night with the Hall of Fame dinner, and we honor the seniors from both schools, and that really starts the week today, of course. The lighting will be up in Quincy Center, 5 to 7. Lights go on at 6 o'clock Friday night for our kids. The Santa jump, of course, on Saturday, which is very unique. I don't think too many communities have Santa jumping in.
Certainly not.
And then the parade, of course, culminates the weekend. 12:30 starts in Quincy Center, heads to North Quincy High School. So wonderful weekend. We certainly welcome all the families of our city to come out and enjoy the festivities.
You know, it's interesting. You really appreciate the facilities in the city generally, but today you got to appreciate this field after what went on yesterday in the city. It's
absolutely.
in terrific condition.
Well, this field, when it was built, was built to take 10 inches of water per hour. It's an amazing drainage system, and you're absolutely right. I mean, as Park Commission, many years we had the old natural turf. By the time the end of the season comes, there's not much turf left. It'll be hard as a rock today for the kids falling on it. So this is really a real gem.
Yeah, it's wonderful, and it's starting to fill up as well.
Yeah, it certainly is. Well, Mayor, we want to thank you for joining us, and we want to take a moment to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving in the city of Quincy.
Thank you, gentlemen. Certainly want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy the day, and certainly thank you for the opportunity to serve as your mayor. God bless.
Well, man, thank you very much for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thank you, John. Thank you, Jim.
Enjoy the day.
Have a nice day. All right, we're going to be joined in just a moment by the principals of both high schools, and they're going to start to make their way over, I believe, in just 1 second. But Jim, as we talked about, there was an alumni game actually this past Saturday at both stadiums. Actually, we'll talk about that in just 1 second here. We're being joined now.
Yeah, what I'll do, I'll turn over my mic to Principal Larry Taglieri. You take them both on, all right?
All right, sounds
Come
good.
on over here, sir. How you doing? Yeah, welcome aboard. There you go.
All right, we're being joined now by the principals, Larry Taglieri of Quincy High School and Robert Shaw of North Quincy. Gentlemen, thanks for joining us this morning. We appreciate it.
No problem. Morning.
Principal, your first time is Thanksgiving as principal. What are your thoughts so far?
Terrific tradition here. I was a Quincy Ag graduate and was able to play in the game, and very excited for today's. We have good weather and we're ready to go.
Talk about playing in the game. There was an alumni game this past Saturday. You took part. I hope people might have seen a picture in the Quincy Sun. You want quarterbacking a little bit.
We're putting that game behind us right now. And looking forward to next year's alumni game. I know, just terrific tradition here and community involvement. It was a great event, and we're looking forward to Scotty Campbell and Sean Glennon from North Quincy started that up and benefited both programs. So we're looking to keep it going.
Excellent. And it was quite a turnout for both alumni, for both schools. It must have been really positive for all the students to see the support.
It was a good thing. Hopefully a tradition we can keep up, and had a great day for that too last week, and a good way to finish that little turkey day with that alumni game.
How's the atmosphere of North Quincy been leading up to the game? I know there's a lot of activities and a lot of Spirit Week activities at the high school.
We did. We had a great week leading into this. An excellent rally yesterday. The team's been on a bit of a roll coming into this game, so we expect good things.
Talk about your coach, Mark Nutley, what he's done for this team, for the school this season.
Mark has been great. First-year coach, but he's been in the coaching system here as an assistant for a little while. Coached a few other sports for us as well, and he has come out. He's been a great role model for the kids. He's been a strong leader, and he's been a great addition as a head coach.
And on the other side of the ball, Bill Reardon, certainly a big factor for the Presidents.
Bill Reardon is just a terrific leader, and he would say for his staff, one of the best things. It's a group that's been together for a lot of years. Nobody leaves. We'll continually add alumni.
Well, I hope you enjoy your first Thanksgiving as principal here at the stadium. We want to thank you for joining us as well. Have a happy Thanksgiving. We
And
appreciate
you too.
it.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Thanks a lot. Thanks. Good seeing you. All right. Well, right now we're going to go to an interview with Coach Mark Nutley of the North Quincy Red Raiders. Had an opportunity to go down to Kavanaugh Field on Monday to talk to Coach Nutley. Again, his first season as the head coach of the North Quincy Red Raiders. Being joined now by Coach Mark Nutley, the head coach at the North Quincy Red Raiders. Coach, thanks for taking some time. I know it's a busy week for you.
No problem. Thanks a lot. I appreciate you guys coming down, to highlight the kids and stuff like that. This is a great opportunity for these guys, so thank you.
Sure. First year as head coach. Talk about that experience as a first year, getting these kids ready for all the games.
It has been great. The kids, obviously, coaching here for 3 years before that, I knew the kids very well, especially the senior class. I kind of started with them, and this is, I was their head coach as they're leaving their senior year. So they made it easy, easy transition. We had great workouts all winter, all summer long, and that transition was pretty smooth going into the season. So these guys really made it easy for me this first year.
They make it easy for you, like I said, knowing all the kids, knowing what the kids needed to work on, what they didn't need to work on, things of that nature too.
Yeah, that definitely helped. I mean, because again, I wasn't coming into a situation where I never met any of the kids. I knew all the kids. I knew how they practice. They know how I operate practices and stuff. So it kind of was a win-win for both of us.
Talk about your general thoughts on the season. 3-7 on the year, had some close games that you might have been able to win, a couple of plays here and there. Talk about some general thoughts on the season, what you thought.
Again, we're a young team. I mean, we only have 11 seniors, and 4 of them really, start for us. So we're a young team, a lot of first-year sophomores, a lot of first-year juniors that are starting for us. And those growing pains really happened in the beginning of the year. We made one little mistake, and it almost like steamrolled into a huge play for us. So once I think the kids got over that, and you just saw a change. We started to stop making mistakes. Games started getting better, and then they competed every day. That was the one thing, they never quit, and it kind of started paying off. With the last 2 wins in a row has been huge for these guys. So
talk about that. The last 2 wins certainly helps them going into Thanksgiving, getting a couple of wins under their belt.
Yeah, it definitely does, because again, going into the game 1-9, I think. Guys would be kind of down on themselves, but we 3-7, and we played two good teams, 2 good games, offensively and defensively. So a little momentum on our sides, and the kids know that they can play with most teams, and they showed that. Games like Scituate, Hanover, and stuff like that, Pembroke, some of the better teams in the league, we hung around for a long time with. So it was good to see that.
Talk about your senior leadership, specifically your captains, Antoine Allen, Eddie Ginto, Vinny Tran, Don Sharp, literally the leaders and core of this team.
Yeah, and one other one, Matt Donovan too. Also, yeah, he's a kid. We named him in the middle of the year just because of the way he was playing, everything that he was doing. The way he practiced. He's a kid flying around the field, making plays for us. So we thought he'd be an excellent captain because that's the kind of guy we want as a captain. But the other guys like Vinny Tran, he's been starting since he was a freshman for us here. Played nose guard. Now he plays DN and guard. He's the heart and soul of the team. As we go, Vinny goes. And every time we play somebody else, at the end of the game, they always come up to me and say, hey, 54 is, actually he's wearing a different number this year. But they were like, he's a tough kid to play. I'm like, he is. He's nice to have. And then, obviously, a kid like Antoine Allen, he's nice to be able to give the ball to my first year. He's got over 1,500 yards rushing. So it's nice to have him as your number one player when you're starting your coaching career. So he's nice. And then, Donnie Sharp, again, another kid, quiet. He's one of our quiet captains, doesn't say much. But, he plays on the field well for us. He's a great offensive lineman. And then Eddie Ginto, just wish it was a better year for him. He got hurt second game of the year. Finally just starting to come back, getting some more and more, getting used to getting up to speed. And, we're going to unleash him on Thanksgiving and hopefully he's ready to go because he's got not much looking forward to after that, he said. So he really wants this game, he said. So.
Talk specifically about Antoine Allen. You mentioned a great season for him, one of arguably the best running back in the league. I was talking to Coach Bill Reardon earlier. He said easily the best back we're going to face all season. Talk about him in his game planning and just his outstanding season.
Yeah, I mean, he's a kid, you look at him, he doesn't look like he carried the ball 30 times a game, but I think he's averaging 27 carries a game for us. So we definitely give him the ball as much as we can. And, he takes that approach. He wants the ball as much as he can. He says, give it to me, keep giving it to me. And it's nice. We have, a junior running back underneath behind him, Davon Jones, who's been kind of spelling him here and there, who's, we thought we lost a lot when Eddie went out. But Davon stepped right up, and he's been, filling the shoes just as much as he can for Antoine. But Antoine's nice to have, though. He's definitely a good player, and, he's definitely a leader on the field for us, which is great, both sides of the ball, offense and defense.
Talk about going into Thanksgiving, what you're working on, what you're focusing on for the team, and then we'll talk about the president just a little bit. What are you focusing on getting ready for the team?
We know that, James Lambs is a heck of a football player. The kid can run, he can throw. So we're definitely, doing what we can to try to keep him contained. And then, when he hands the ball off, he's got two good running backs. The sophomore, I'm terrible with his name. He the three.
Jave Hanson-Fields.
Yeah, Hanson-Field, yes. And then, Alex Andre, another good running back. So, they got some talent. They're definitely a talented team, and we got to be prepared for them just powering the ball, then all of a sudden setting up some play action and hitting JT Bain over the top. So that's what we've been working on a lot.
Final thing, teams are getting ready to go on Thanksgiving. What are you going to say to the kids right before you go into the locker room to get them really ready to go?
Honestly, I haven't really thought of that much, to be honest with you. I'm trying to take day by day, but with this game, I don't know how much you have to say because we have a nice dinner night before Wednesday night, and I do a lot of seniors do a lot of talking, and they do a great job just kind of getting these guys motivated. My biggest thing is I'll talk to the underclassmen because, they still have, 1 year, 2 more years of this game where the seniors, they have one game left. And I know those guys are not going to, give us 50%, 60%. They're going to give 100% on every play. It's the younger class guys that need to understand, hey, this is a huge game for these guys because some of these guys might never play football again. Mm-hmm. So those are the guys I kind of focus my speech on, you know what I mean, when I talk to those.
All right, well, good luck on Thanksgiving and best of luck.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, well, we're almost moments away from kickoff here at Veterans Memorial Stadium for the 81st annual Thanksgiving football game. Noel, real quick, Jim Timmons and I talked a little bit about the field conditions. We know it's windy, but the field looks excellent in condition as well.
Yes, they did a great job with the field. Looks like they actually basically came across and just put a broom on it. It looks really good. I think the wind conditions are gonna be tough for the kicking game today. It's going north to west here. It's about gusts up to 25 miles per hour. It's a big difference from yesterday and last night was a big rainstorm.
Yes,
and a lot of people know that on the air that today's a dry game, so I think it's going to be a great game. I'm looking forward to it. I know you are too.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be a fantastic game. Real quick, I want to thank all of our volunteers who come out here on Thanksgiving morning to make this production possible. All right, real quick, what we're going to do now is we're going to go a highlight reel of some season highlights from both North Quincy and Quincy, some of the best plays that have happened here at Veterans Memorial Stadium. When we come back from the highlights, we're going to get ready for kickoff here at the Veterans Memorial Stadium. A little struggling against the Turkey team.
Yeah, you're right, but the talent's there. Here comes Lamb outside.
Lamb passes to space. Hanson-Fields to guide him into the end zone, and Lamb tiptoes his way in. Touchdown, Presidents. Football. I'm not positive, but I'm pretty confident about that. And pass is intercepted by North Quincy. Aiden Brown on the interception. Flags thrown on the play. He's still going. It gets across the 35-yard line up to the 30. 3rd and 14. Javea back to pass, and he's going to get sacked from behind. And the ball comes loose as well. Jalen Chase on the sack. Goal from the 4. Allen again on the carry. And he cuts it back up in. A great move. Jim, you talked about quick cuts. That one was even quicker. He goes in for the touchdown. 10 at the 25 for Hingham. Brody looking to pass, and it is picked off. Yes, number 40 for the Quincy Presidents. Rob Monroe picks it off. Our first and 10 for the Scarlet Hawks, and going nowhere is Jonathan Rodriguez coming up with number 44, Zach Dangora. Here back to pass over to the left side, and it's complete at the 40-yard line, but there are 3 presents right there. And Bergonzi comes in to finish off the receiver. And they're not thinking him, Davon Jones. He's going to try to kick it outside, and he's going to go in for the touchdown.
Oh, great stuff by the Red Raiders.
1st and goal now for Quincy. Ball at the Braintree 9-yard line. Pitch goes to Hanson Fields to the right side, and he's going to go into the end zone, untouched. Great job there by Jave Hanson Fields. Back to pass over the left side, and he picked off by Antoine Allen. I would think so, and let's see if he can evade these tackles. He's going well there to the 10-yard line, but that ends the ball game. Sweep. Hanson Fields to the right side, cuts back up the middle. He's going to fight his way and in for the touchdown. He goes. Touchdown, Presidents. Jave Hanson Fields. Again, another high kick. Fielded by Antoine Allen at the 25-yard line. Has some space, and here he goes across the 50-yard line, and he has no one in front of him at the 20, 15, 10-5. Touchdown, North Quincy. Second out and 1. Lamb back to pass. Looking way downfield for J.T. Bain. And Bain catches it. Man fell down. He goes in for the touchdown. Touchdown, Presidents. And then you get Davon Jones. He has a big hole across the 40-yard line now across to the races. One man to beat, gets to the 30, the 20, 15, 10-5. Touchdown, Davon Jones.
The North Quincy counter turns into a North Quincy touchdown.
Antoine Allen on the carry. Across the 50-yard line, gets tripped up, stays on his feet, crosses the 40. He could go all the way. One man to beat, gets it to 20, cuts it back up in field. Back to the sideline again, dives in for the end zone. Touchdown, North Quincy. 1:07 left to go in the half. Lamb looking to pass, has Bain wide open downfield, and it is complete. Touchdown, Presidents.
Mounts have been very deliberative.
They win back to pass over to the left side. Picked off, to the right side, picked up by Antoine Allen at the 25-yard line. Has some space, he crosses the 50, has some more, he has some blockers.
He's gonna go!
He's gonna get to the 21 man to beat. Big block by Turner. Antoine Allen, touchdown.
What an individual effort by Antoine Allen! Oh! But so far, the Quincy Presidents have really stepped up here in the line play, John. They have held tough.
Tony back to pass, and see it's intercepted by the Presidents. Number 57 for Quincy picks it off. Matt Kozlowski, and he's going to run it back for 6 points. Wow, what a play!
What a play is right, Kylie, trying to get this offense going.
Quick handoff to Antoine Allen, and he's going to go nowhere. And she's still moving the pile, though. And somehow he breaks free, Jim. I don't know how he did it, but he did it again at the 30, 25, 20. And he's going to go all the way. Touchdown, North Quincy.
John, I saw it the same way as you said. He's going nowhere. I'm looking over at our board to see how many yards he gained last week. And all of a sudden, watch this replay, folks. We're going to watch this replay a couple of times if we can. I wish we had the audio as well, because you're going to hear John Caleri say he's going nowhere. And it's absolutely accurate. Here it is, all white shirts, all stacked up. Now what happens? Watch this slow motion. And that's Antoine Allen coming out of the pile, driving his leg. What balance. And imagine being a member of the Dedham coaching staff and trying to react to that.
Welcome back, everyone, to Veterans Memorial Stadium. We're just getting ready for kickoff, and right now is a moment of silence for those serving our country in the armed forces.
Thank you. Please remain standing for the posting of the colors
And we're going to stay right here for our national anthem and the posting of the colors as well.
Under the direction of Cadet First Lieutenant Simon Lay, and the playing of the national anthem by the combined North Quincy Band, under the direction of Richard Kinnelly and John Dennison.
All right, nice job there by the combined bands of Quincy and North Quincy High School performing a national anthem. We'll take one more final break, and we'll be back with the coin toss and kickoff here at Veterans Memorial Stadium. Welcome, everyone, to the 81st Annual Thanksgiving Day matchup between the Quincy Presidents and the North Quincy Red Raiders. My name is Jonathan Caleri. I'm being joined by Jim Timmons up here in the booth, and Noel LeBon will be joining us momentarily down on the field. Jim, is a fantastic morning here, a bright, sunny day. It's cool and windy, but it hasn't turned out a lot of fans from coming out to supporting both these schools.
Yeah, it's a very windy day, actually. The wind is enough that it's going to influence what goes on here. We were talking before the game. If you're going from right to left on the screen, you're going into a strong headwind, and that's going to be a factor. So we'll look for the running game going from right to left, and teams will be more willing to go to the air going left to right. We've got the captains down on the field. We're going to go down and we'll pay attention to the coin toss here, which is always fun with today's referee.
Okay, guys. Hey, first, congratulations on being captain of your team. We're going to have a great football game today, okay? All right, North Quincy, you're the visiting team. Mr. Sharp, you're going to call the toss, okay? What I have here is a 9/11 commemorative coin. The eagle is heads. The World Trade Center is tails, okay? I used this coin in honor of a friend of mine, Kevin Connors, from Wollaston, right up the street here. He went down in the World Trade Center. What do you call it? Tails, sir. Tails. Tails he calls. Tails he calls. And it is a tail. Your option, kick, receive, defend a goal, or defer to the second half.
We're going to defend their goal, sir.
You're going to do what? No,
we're going to defer.
You want to defer. You're going to, North Quincy wins the toss. We'll defer to the second half. You want the ball? Yeah. Which goal do you want to kick from?
We want to defend their goal, sir.
This goal over here, go to this. Put your backs over here. Quincy over here. All right, North Quincy has won the toss, elected to defer to the second half. Quincy will be receiving at the north goal. Shake hands, guys. Let's have a great ball game now.
All right, so North, as you heard, won the coin toss and will defer to the second half. North Quincy will defend the south end zone. kicking to the north end zone, which Quincy will be defending. Jim, so to start the game, Quincy will have the wind at their back, and we'll see if that has any game plan for Coach Bill Reardon. We know quarterback James Lamb has an arm, and we've seen some long touchdown passes this season for the Presidents.
Yeah, a sign here that Coach Nutley is confident in the running game. North Quincy's going to have the wind at their back for the end of the half, end of the game, which is going to be a big factor here. So things to look at as the game progresses. Quincy's going to have to get out here. If they let North Quincy hang around, they're going to be Quincy will be at a bit of a disadvantage in terms of field conditions in this ball game. We've talked about who the favorite is each year when we begin the game. We'd have to give the edge, or at least I would be giving the edge this year to the Quincy High Presidents, John. They've got a very strong line on both sides of the ball. They've got better depth. But North Quincy, as we said, they've been a four-quarter team, and it's going to be very interesting to see how long they hang in there and what they can do today to free up Antoine Allen.
All right, real quick, we're going on to Noel DeBone, who's on the 50-yard line. Noel, take it away.
Thank you, guys. Teams are pumped up. I talked to both coaches, and both of them said there is no injuries. So there is no injury report today. On Thanksgiving, everybody's playing. They're suited up and ready to go. Here we go to kickoff. Thanks, guys.
All right, thanks, Noel. That's good to hear that all are healthy for this game. I'm sure everyone wants to make sure they get out there and play. All right, getting ready to kick off for North Quincy. Remember 21, Matt Donovan. Back deep for the Presidents is Jaive Handsome Fields. And we're underway here on Thanksgiving morning. Ball bounced at the 20-yard line. Quincy's going to pick it up, and they do. Hanson Fields picks it up at the 17-yard line, make it the 18-yard line, and it's pushed out of bounds at about the 24.
Well, terrific start from the North Quincy perspective. They've got Quincy starting inside their 25. Armani Cardozo left the ball for Hanson Fields, which was a good decision. And we saw one thing that's going to be a factor here as well is the sun factor, John. Although that was a low kick, it did influence Cardozo's ability to play the ball. So we have to be mindful of the sun as a factor. Won't be a factor for the Quincy receivers. They'll be looking away from it, but will be a factor for North in this first quarter. Here comes Lamb.
Yeah, 1st and 10 for the Presidents at the 25-yard line. Lamb's going to try to keep it himself, rolling out of the pocket, and he's going to get a hit behind the line of scrimmage. He's brought down. Looked like number 57 for North Quincy coming up on making the tackle, Nick Manning.
Yeah, great job by Manning. Manning was the weak side pursuit. If you watch the replay here, you're going to see Lamb doing what he does best, shaking and faking. The outside is closed off. He's going to turn it in, and here you see Manning coming from the weak side. Really puts a good stick on Lamb. No gain. In fact, a slight loss. It's going to be 2nd and 11 for the Presidents.
2nd down 11, ball to 24-yard line of Quincy. 2 receivers to the left of Lamb. He's going to hand it off to Handsome Fields. Excuse me, that's Alex Alexandre, and he's going to go into the line of scrimmage and go nowhere. Big job there by North Quincy. Come up, make the tackle. Eddie Ginto leading the charge.
Yeah, Ginto and Aiden Brown, watch the replay here, and you're going to see number 32, the captain, Eddie Ginto. He has not played all year, which has been a big factor for North Quincy High. But you see him fight off the block, stand up the running back. He gets the assist from Aiden Brown on the tackle. Aiden only a sophomore, but he's had a terrific season for North Quincy, joining his senior captain counterpart here, Ginto.
Gain of 3 in a play for the Presidents. 3rd and 8. Lamb in the shotgun. Alexander in the carry. Gets hit behind the line of scrimmage and brought down by captain Don Sharp.
Wow, I'll tell you what, John. North Quincy Red Raiders showed up ready to go here. An unexpected 3 and out for the President offense. Terrific job by the Red Raiders. We were concerned. Well, from the Red Raider perspective, a concern was the power of the Quincy offensive line. They didn't get off in that first series. We'll see what happens. And Quincy will be punting here.
James Lane will punt it away and is almost blocked by North Quincy. There's Stu get it away. Lamb will kick it out of bounds, goes into North Quincy territory, and will go out of bounds on the Quincy sideline at the 44.
Yeah, junior Eric Cohane Jones was over there and very smartly just let the ball go. did not want to create a turnover scenario. He was set up at the North Quincy 45, so he knew they were going to get great field position. Very smart decision by Cohane Jones. And here comes the North Quincy offense. Junior Andrew Kiley coming out to lead the charge here, John. And the big guy, number 5, Antoine Allen, he's going to be the story here. We'll see how the Presidents do in this first series.
All right, 1st and 10 for the Red Raiders at their own 44-yard line. They're going to be heading from south to north. Hand off to Antoine Allen over to the left side. And nice gain on 1st down for Antoine Allen. He'll get up to the 49-yard line.
Yeah, Allen running right into the teeth of that Quincy defense. And if you watch this replay, he just stays inside, ducks his shoulder. Nice shot from a field camera. And you see Captain Don Sharp leading the charge there. He got a nice pancake block on someone. But North Quincy coming out, 5-yard gain inside the tackle by Allen, and they're at the 49-yard line.
2nd down and 5 now for North Quincy. Allen on the carry over to the right side. He's hit behind the line of scrimmage and brought down. Looks like there'll be a loss of 1 on the play.
Oh, terrific penetration over on the left side. You see the guys getting up. The lead guy that I saw on that play was number 57, Captain Matt Kozlowski. One of the areas where we give the Presidents an edge is line play, John. They have a very powerful line, both sides of the ball. That time we saw left defensive end, Matt Kozlowski, and then James Askins, the left tackle. And they did a super job of stepping up and stopping Allen cold.
3rd and 6 for North Quincy, ball at their own 48-yard line. Quincy jumps off sides, flags are thrown.
Yeah, nice job. Recall earlier in the season, Andrew Kiley's terrific at that hard count. He successfully got a couple of teams to jump off sides, and it looks like they got Quincy on this one. Let's see what the officials say.
And they're marking it off, so it will be 5 yards against Quincy. We'll go down to the field for the call.
With a dead ball foul, we have offsides on the defense. Still 3rd down.
All right, so we'll bring up a 3rd and 1. Just barely do not get the 1st down.
I'll tell you what, if I'm Coach Bill Reardon, I'd be a little upset at the march off there because it was 3rd and 6. But if you look at this ball, it is right. A quarterback dive will get the 1st down here, so let's see what happens.
All right, so ball goes up to the Quincy 47.5-yard line. Kiley keeps it himself. He'll fight forward. He'll pick up the 1st down, crosses the 45, and gets up to the Quincy 44.
That's exactly what they did. North Quincy did it the easy way. If you watch the replay, you're going to see Kiley's right foot. He sets his foot behind him, and just a quick dive right into the line, picks up the 1st down. There you see a little banging going on right off camera there over on the left side. Ryan Turpin taking a shot where he was able, and that was Matt Donovan, the senior wideout.
1st and 10, North Quincy, ball at the 44-yard line of the Quincy Presidents. 6:20 left to go in the 1st quarter. Pitch to Antoine Allen over to the left side, and he's going to go nowhere, Jim. Nice job and good pursuit by the Presidents. First man in on the tackle for the Presidents was number 52, Dan Garente.
Yeah, you're right. 52 got him low, Dan Garente, and we love Dan. He's a very solid athlete, a great football player. And also in there, Amani Cardoso. Those are 2 names you're going to hear throughout this game. We've been talking about them all season. They're clearly keying on Allen. He has been the lone running back on several of these plays here in this first series. Occasionally North will come with a fullback. They've got one out there this time for this particular play. Eddie Ginto is in there. He's lined up just to the right of Kiley.
2nd down and 9, gain of 1 on the last play. Antoine Allen, the carry, goes up the middle, finds a little bit of space, and will get up to the 40-yard line.
Yeah, not much there. Antoine following Captain Vinny Tran, and if you watch the replay, all he's really got is a seam here. He tucks up right over center, actually, and he picked up very gutty 3 yards there, and it's going to be a 3rd down and 6. As we expected, John, the Quincy Presidents starting to assert themselves in the line play. We thought this had happened. We thought it would be difficult for North Quincy to establish an interior running game, and Quincy's stiffening up here on this first drive.
3rd and 6 now for North Quincy. Ball at the Quincy 40-yard line. 4.5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Andrew Kiley rolls out to the right side and has some space, gets across the 35-yard line, and gets knocked out of bounds on North Quincy side of the field at the 33. Should have enough for the first down. Java Hanson Fields on the tackle.
Yeah, Kiley is right at the marker. The placement, they're signaling a first down. So that was a design rollout play, giving Kiley the option, and as soon as he saw the green space, he took it. Nice job. Hanson Fields releasing off the receiver he was covering, came up and made the tackle. That's another thing about Hanson Fields, Sean. He is a very solid defender. He's a talented running back, but as a defensive back, he's playing one of the safety positions as a sophomore and has done so flawlessly this year.
1st and 10 North Quincy. Antoine Allen on the carry over to the left side. Has a big first big run of the day. He'll get up to the Quincy 21-yard line and enough for North Quincy first down.
What's impressive if you watch this replay is North Quincy is establishing an interior running game here, John, and we didn't expect to see that. There is Allen running right up behind the left guard. Does a terrific job getting downfield and picks up a first down. And this is an impressive drive by the Red Raiders. They came up defensively with a 3-and-out, and now in this first offensive series, Sean, we're ticking down to 4 minutes. For some reason they got the clock, or they're having a problem over on the sideline with the change. Because, they stopped the clock. North broke the huddle. Like they're going to go forward. Point is, we're ticking down to 4 minutes, and North still got the ball. They burned up a lot of this first quarter, John.
All right, 1st and 10 North Quincy. Antoine Allen to the left side on the carry, and he gets hit at the 20-yard line, but will fall up to this 15, actually make it the 17-yard line, brought down there by Armani Cardoso.
Super tackle by Cardoso. If you watch this replay, Cardoso's out there alone tackling Allen. This is a great field view of it. Allen tries to turn it up inside, and Armani Cardoso makes that tackle by himself. And Antoine Allen is a powerful, strong young man. Cardoso able to bring him down alone. That's a sign of how strong Armani is himself. Terrific tackle by Cardoso. North Quincy looking at a 2nd and 6 here on a terrific opening drive by the Red Raiders, John.
Ball at the 17-yard line, and they're going to give it to Davon Jones on the reverse. He goes over to the right side, gets up to the 15, and make it the 14-yard line before he's brought down.
Yeah, a little fake inside to Allen. He was slow to get up. They were hoping to take advantage of the keying on Allen that's been going on. Try to release Jones outside. Jones has done a nice job this year as well, John. He's only a junior. He'll be back next year, probably as the feature running back, and he's been a terrific compliment to Antoine Allen.
So it's 3rd and 2 for North Quincy.
Big 3rd down play here, although I would guess we're in 4-down territory here. I don't think North could kick a field goal given the wind conditions. So we're looking at 2 plays to get a first down.
Yeah, they've been kicking directly into the wind, especially down in the north end zone. All right, Kiley with the handoff to Antoine Allen. Flag thrown on the play. Allen gets up to the 10-yard line, but it looks like this is going to be coming back. We'll see what the call is.
Yeah, Jones getting up limping here. And with the North Quincy depth factor, that's going to be a real cause for concern for the Red Raiders. Let's see what the call is. It's a hold, and Coach Reardon wants to bring this one back.
We have holding on the offense. Repeat 3rd down.
Big penalty there because it takes North out of a 2 downs to pick up 3 yards. Now they're looking at a 3rd down and 13.
All right, so first penalty is a big one against North Quincy.
They have to get the ball down inside the 11 to about the 10. They're at the 24 now. Still in two-down territory, I would say, John. So President's challenge here is to see if they can put a halt to what has been a very successful opening drive by the Red Raiders. Quincy's been excellent at answering the call, this defense, so see how they step up here.
All right, pitch goes to Antoine Allen over to the left side, and he is met and stopped by Cardoso. He brings him down. What a tackle by Armani Cardoso.
Oh, yeah. Cardoso, watch this replay, folks. This is just great stuff by number 23 for the Presidents. Great view of the play as well from our field camera. Look at him dip his shoulder right in there, take on Allen all by himself, and bring him down. That is a superb individual effort by Armani Cardoso.
Loss of 1 on the play, so it brings up now a 4th down, and we'll call it a 14 for North Quincy. They're going to come out 4 receivers, 2 to each side of Kylie. Antoine Allen in the backfield. And timeout's going to be called by Coach Mark Nutley of North Quincy.
Yeah, with the wind conditions, I got to get Bill Early to turn off his mic.
All right, so that's first timeout with 1:13 left to go here in the first quarter. We are still scoreless, and I mentioned it's going to bring up a 4th and 14 for North Quincy. Yeah, we should mention down in the truck, Bill Early, our director, also Michael Jarvie, Grace Busher, and Chris Potter in the truck doing a great job to make this production possible. Jim, so far, we should mention Martin Dunham is back from St. John's University doing some stats for us here today. This drive has lasted 7 minutes and 31 seconds so far for North Quincy.
Yeah, it's great to have Martin up here. He's a terrific asset because he gives us live game stats.
All right, so 4th and long for North Quincy. Again, ball at the 25-yard line. Kylie will move into the shotgun. 4 receivers set for the Red Raiders. Kylie looking to pass, being pressured, and he's going to get sacked by Matt Kozlowski. He brings him down. Big play for Quincy.
I'll tell you, there's that President defense we were talking about. They stepped up. North Quincy was knocking on the door inside the 15. And if you watch this replay, the offense went backwards from that point. So big play by Kozlowski. Gets outside, takes Kylie down, and the Quincy President defense steps up. Let's see if they can't ignite the President offense here, John.
It was a 7-yard loss on the sack by Kozlowski. 1st and 10, Quincy now at their own 32-yard line. Just about a minute left to go. Lamb fakes the pitch, trying to roll it out on the bootleg, but there's nothing there. Nice pursuit by the North Quincy Red Raiders. Lamb gets pushed out of bounds. Looks like no gain. Don Sharp, Vinny Tran on the tackle.
Yeah, Lamb tried to run it to the short side, meaning he was lined up on the right. The offense was lined up on the right hash mark, and he ran it to the right side. There's not as much field for him to operate. The North Quincy defense did a terrific job of shutting that right side down. There's a shot of the wind. Nice job by Peter Doherty up here in the booth.
No gain on the play. 2nd down and 10 for the Presidents. Hand off to Jave Hanson Fields. His first carry here. He finds the space to the right side. Gets across the 40 up to the 45-yard line where he's finally brought down by Eric Cohane-Jones. 1st down, Presidents.
Yeah, there's the explosiveness of Hanson Fields. And the first big offensive play for Quincy right there. Not a bad thing to have happen on the heels of the defense coming off. You wanted as a president, a member of the President offense, you wanted to have something pop quickly to keep that flow of momentum. And Quincy just did that. You see the clock running down. Presidents are going to let the clock run out. We're going to reverse ends of the field here, so Quincy will be going into the wind, and we're down to Noel DeBoner on the sideline. Take it away, Noel.
What a game this is going right now. It's back and forth. When you think North Quincy has it, they get a penalty and a holding, and they have to come back. Quincy gets it, and they're driving right now. A little bit back to the alumni game that was the first annual alumni football game with Quincy and North Quincy. We talked a little bit about the pregame show. I'll talk a little bit about it now for the viewers that are out there. Scott Campbell of Quincy High School and Sean Glennon of North Quincy High School set up an alumni game right here on this field. About 35, 40 children, 45, 35, 40 guys that are on the field now that were once children. It was a very good outing. They raised $5,000. It's $2,500 for each school and each program, which is really good. A lot of different people came out. We actually had a few guys from the 70s that came out and played. We had the 80s, the 90s, and the 2000s playing. I was able to play in the game, and it was a great game, and it'll be on for the future of the schools. Thank you. Back up to you guys.
All right, thanks. So I'm sure they were acting like kids down the field during the alumni game, but it was a great turnout, and as Noel said, a lot of money raised for both programs. All right, start of the second quarter, 1st and 10 for the Presidents. Handoff over to the right side, and still fighting his way forward for the Presidents. Let's see, I'm trying to see who gets up off the field. Yeah, Hanson Fields on the carry, and he's going to fight his way up to the, let's see, they're going to mark it at midfield.
Yeah, he was going off tackle. He got stacked up. He did a nice job of bouncing it outside, but there was nothing there. So this North defense is playing very solidly here in this first half, John.
First quarter time of possession, Jim. Quincy 3:16, North 7 minutes and 44 seconds. But again, that drive stalled on the sack by the Presidents. Second down and 6 for the Presidents. Hanson Fields on the carry over to the right side. He'll get a gain of 2 before he's brought down. So we'll bring up now a 3rd down and 4.
John, this is a big 3rd down, too, early on because of this. If the Red Raiders come up with a stop, Quincy's going to be punting into a terrible headwind. It should result in great field position for North. So this is a big play for the Red Raiders. On the blue side of the ball, the Presidents need to get a 1st down here and keep the chains moving because we're still in dangerous field position here at midfield. Presidents don't want to turn the ball back over to that North offense. So big 3rd down play here.
3rd down and 4. 2 receivers go to the left. Wide left of James Lamb. I formation behind him. Lamb's trying to hand it off to Hanson Fields. He's trying to get outside. He has the 1st down and more across the 40-yard line and is finally brought down at the 37, make it the 38. 1st down, Quincy.
Yeah, I'd like to watch this replay and watch Hanson Fields first get it outside and then turn it up. Terrific acceleration. He's going to take the ball and kick it outside. You see some great blocking over on the far side of the field. It's a little difficult to pick it up from this camera, but a terrific job by Hanson Fields there and the President offense. That was a big 1st down, John. Not only does it keep the drive going, but now the Presidents are starting to shift the field position, which on a windy day here is going to be a big factor.
1st and 10 for the Presidents at the North Quincy 38-yard line. 8 minutes and 45 seconds left to go in the second quarter. We are still scoreless. Jalen Chase goes in motion. They give it to Hanson Fields over to the right side. Gets across the line of scrimmage, gets across the 35 up to the 31-yard line of North Quincy.
Nice job of running behind the right side of that President's offensive line and fullback Jalen Chase. Chase has been doing the dirty work all year for the Presidents. You know, I'm not certain whether Noel will hear us, but I'd love to find out what's going on with Alex Alexandre today. We haven't seen him out there offensively, so if Noel can get the word on that, we'll report to you. I see him down on the sidelines. He's looking very eager, and it could be that the Presidents are just holding him a bit till this Red Raider defense gets softened up by the hard running of Hanson Fields.
Alexandre did suffer a shoulder injury against Hingham early in the season. Maybe that could be a factor. Hanson Fields on the carry, and he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage by several Red Raiders, and it looks like it's going to be a no gain for the Presidents.
Yeah, terrific job by the Red Raider offense there. Defense, rather. They keyed on Hanson Fields, stacked him up, did not let him get outside, came up with a big stop. Watch this replay. And you're going to see the left side. Actually, it's a little harder. I think the replays on the running should be from one of our sideline cameras. Not from our sideline camera, rather. Okay. You see Don Sharp, number 61, number 87 for the Red Raiders, Pat Gennaro. There we've got Noel DeBona. And Noel, take it away.
Yes, they're just going to a different series here. First series with Alexandre, second series Hanscom Field. So Hanscom is definitely the explosive back, and he's the guy that's going to break it to the house, where Alexandre is the power back. So in a short yardage situation, they may put Alexandre back in to get those hard-nosed yards, but if they're going to go for the explosiveness and get into the end zone, they're going to go with Hanscom Fields today. Back up to you guys.
Oh, good work. Thank you, Noel. That's crystal clear and understandable right there. Hanscom Fields took the ball down the field for them when they're going back inside, which if they make it into the red zone against the Red Raiders here on this 3rd down and 4, keep this drive going. We may see number 2 back out on the field. So here we go.
3rd and 4 for the Presidents. Ball at the North Quincy 32-yard line.
Actually, he's out there now. Alexandre is the tailback.
All right, Lamb rolling out the pass, complete to Jalen Chase at the 25-yard line, and let's see. It looked like it was complete, but he lost it as he was going out of bounds, and they're going to say he's out of bounds at the 20.
Nicely designed play. Chase is the up back, the blocking back, and watch this replay. It looks like Chase is coming out as a lead blocker, but he releases. Lamb rolling to his left, just gets it out to him in the flat, and he is wide open, picks up a big first down. Beautifully designed play, very effectively executed. And here they are. They're on the 20, and you see number 2 out there in the backfield.
Now he is the I-back, Alex Alexandre. They give it to him over to the left side, cross the 20 up to the 15-yard line, fighting his way forward. And he is going to bring the pile with him, Jim, all the way up to the 7-yard line. First down for the Presidents.
Yeah, nice job. He's got fresh legs. He's been on the sideline for this entire drive. And watch Alexandre here. It's a nice shot from our sideline camera. Watch Alexandre following the lead block of big number 77, a guy we've talked about a lot this season, William Young. And he gets downfield. It's 1st and goal for the Presidents at the 7.
All right, handoff goes to Alexandre up at the middle, across the 5, in for the touchdown for the Presidents. Alex Alexandre gets Quincy on the board first.
They're bringing out Tomas Silva to kick the point after, John. And this gets us right to the factor that Noel DeBona talked about, is execution of extra points is going to be a critical factor today. We're going to look at the replay after the kick, but Silver's setting up real quickly. And this is going to be an important point after, right into a strong headwind.
All right, good snap, good hold. Kick is up, and let's see. Did it just sneak through? It did. Extra point is good. You can see, though, the ball got hung up there, Jim, but it just got through. So after the extra point, Quincy takes the lead 7-0 on a drive that lasted 5 minutes and 24 seconds.
Yeah, very impressive drive. And let's run that replay of the touchdown if we could. Here you're going to see Alexandre going in behind the left tackle. See another pancake block in there. Let me see. That's the guy we talked about earlier. Big number 77, William Young, leading the way. He got a terrific block on the right tackle for the Presidents, for the Red Raiders, rather. There's a shot of the combined bands and the Quincy High home fan section here. Quincy's the home team, so we've got all blue and white over here in the full stands. Across the way, the red and black of the Red Raiders in the visitors section. But you see what a terrific turnout we've got today, John. Here's a shot of our 20-yard cameraman, one of the guys who's Glenn Busher, the silent soldiers of our production team.
All right, so after a 68-yard drive that lasted 5 minutes and 24 seconds, Quincy takes the lead. They go with a short kick and is just fielded by number 44 for North Quincy, doing a nice job to come up, Zach Dangora.
Got to tell you what, big play by Zach Dangora. Bill Reardon is a very alert coach. He takes advantage of situations. He's good at reacting to what's going on during a game. And kicking into a strong headwind, he had his kicker do what the Patriots did in their game the other night against the Broncos. A high kick. It was a ball that once it went 10 yards, it was live. Dangora did a terrific job of covering it. Red Raiders have nice field position, at their 44, but more importantly, they avoided what would have been a key turnover. They're going to get a quick timeout here, John, with 6:40 to go.
All right, so North Quincy, again, as you said, calls timeout. 7-0 Quincy on that drive and touchdown by Alex Alexandre. And as you mentioned, Jim, it is a great job here and a great turnout from all the fans. And as we mentioned at the pregame show, this is the beginning of the festival weekend here in the city of Quincy. Today, the game. Tomorrow, Friday, they'll have the turning on the lights in Quincy Center. On Saturday afternoon, Santa's arrival by parachute. And then the annual Christmas parade on Sunday going down Hancock Street. All right, 1st and 10 for North Quincy at their own 44-yard line. Direct snap to Antoine Allen over to the left side. And he crosses the 50 into the Quincy territory. And he'll get brought down at the 47 by Cardoso.
Yeah, John, you were so eager to talk about the Santa parachute jump. Kylie was lined up as a wideout over here on the right side. And it was a direct snap, as you said, to Allen. A little different look by the Red Raiders, trying to get the ball to Allen and get him going a little earlier. And they're coming right back with it again. Modified. And he's got split backfield with him.
All right, so Allen's going to keep himself, trying to go to the right side. The good pursuit by the Presidents. Allen, as we know, very elusive. And he's going to pick up the first down. He made 4 or 5 Quincy players miss him, and Allen gets up to the Quincy 45 for the first down.
Tell you what, John, he took an absolutely terrific hit, and he just popped right up. Antoine showing his skill set right there, as you said, very elusive. And North sticking with this modified Wildcat look here, John. Got a split backfield. They got Allen calling the signals. I think we had movement on both sides of the ball. Let's see how this gets called. They're going to call it against Quincy. When you mentioned the parachute jump, John, if the wind is anything like today, then we can expect that Santa would end up in Blacks Creek. I hope they don't run it, but a little different look for the Red Raiders.
We have a dead ball foul. Encroachment on the defense. Still first down.
Coach Mark Nutley showing something a little different. The President's getting a timeout here. Got Kevin Carey, the defensive coordinator, trying to react to this new look on the part of the Red Raiders. They're getting the ball on the direct snap to Allen, John, and letting him do his thing. And he's got 2 guys in the backfield with him, Davon Jones and Eddie Ginto. So it's an interesting look. And this is just a straight give it to Antoine and go offensive look for the Red Raiders. And it's worked well so far as North's trying to move the ball down the field. They're at the 40 with a 1st and 5.
All right, real quick, we're going down to Noel DeBona with a report. Noel, take it away.
Coach Mark Nutley's coming out with all the stops here. He's going into a Wildcat offense right now with Antoine Allen, just like we're talking about the parachute here. So, hey, the offense is running pretty good here. Quincy had the momentum, but now Antoine Allen at it right again. Let's see if Quincy can stop him.
All right, thanks, Noel. 1st and 5 now for the Red Raiders. Ball at the Quincy 40-yard line. The Red Raiders are heading towards the south end zone. 5:37 left to go. Antoine Allen, direct snap again over to the right side. Right tackle fights his way forward and should have enough for the first down. And it looks like he does.
You saw Captain Vinny Tran, who's one of the guys over on that right side, and the other guy ran behind as a sophomore. Watch this replay. You're going to see big number 77. He's outside the right tackle. And look at that lead blocking there. He's taking the middle linebacker right out. Terrific job by the Red Raiders. And this Wildcat look, we had not seen it all season. What's happening here is Antoine Allen's getting a chance to look at what's going on and make his decisions early with the ball, John.
Allen takes it to the left side, crosses the 30-yard line, has some more space, and will get knocked out of bounds at the 26, just shy of a first down.
Clock still running. That's another big factor here. Watch this run by Allen, and you'll see what we're talking about. He's able to see what he wants to do, so he's making his decisions early. There is a terrific block by Ginto. Oh, I wonder if we can run that replay again real quickly. You've got to watch Eddie Ginto out there, number 32. Maybe we'll run it the next time down, but he had a devastating block out there. Terrific lead block. And you're seeing the difference of having Eddie Ginto back here today with this offense, John.
Second down and 1 for North Quincy. Again, in the Wildcat, Antoine Allen's going to give it to Davon Jones. He has the first down and more, gets across the 15-yard line, and finally brought down at the 12. First down, Red Raiders.
Just when you think the key is Antoine Allen, North Quincy runs its counter. This is a play they've run all season to Davon Jones. They've done it very effectively. The nice little wrinkle here was that it was Antoine Allen executing the handoff. Watch the replay. Actually, maybe we won't go to the – well, we're going to the replay. Here's the handoff. Nice run. It's great interior running. And now back to live action here. Red Raiders knocking on the door.
Antoine Allen trying to go over to the right side, and he's being pursued by Matt Kozlowski. Fights his way forward, and initially had a loss of about 5 or 6, but instead it'll be a loss of 1, it looks like. We'll see where they mark him down. They're going to mark him down at the 14, so a loss of 2 on the play.
Yeah, terrific job by Kozlowski of stringing that out and just chasing Allen to the sideline. Once he ran out of room there, the blue shirts closed in and made the tackle. President defense did this on the last drive, John. They bend but don't break. They really stiffened up once the ball got in the red zone and made the stop. So North Quincy's got to execute here. This is going to be an important series for the Red Raiders. We're down under 3 minutes, and the Wildcat continues.
All right, and a timeout is called down the field by North Quincy. We just got a report from the truck that there are winds usually sustained around 20 miles per hour. However, there are gusts up to 42 miles per hour here at the stadium.
Yeah, they're coming out of the west-northwest, which from your camera view, from that view right there, they're coming right from where the clock is located, the 247. That's essentially the west-northwest corner of the field. And there's a shot of the flags. Further reporting by Chris Potter, our very able engineer, is that the wind chill on the field is 17 degrees. We got Noel DeBona right down there on the sideline. I don't know if we can go quickly to Noel and get a report on what's going on with the Quincy defense as they react to the Wildcat in the red zone. Noel.
It is a little cold down here on the field, I will admit. It's a little windy. But I will tell you this much. I don't know if Quincy is prepared for this Wildcat offense. Coach Mark Nutley has stunned them right now with going with it. They're out trying to key on him in, but you got Ginto and Jones that can run the ball. So let's see what happens on this drive.
Good job, Noel. Thank you. Yeah, poor Noel's down in the shade. We feel badly for him. Sunny side in the north end. Little shady down in the south end here, and it's a little cooler. But here comes the Red Raider Wildcat offense. We haven't talked about that all season.
All right, second down and 12 at the 14. Davon Jones on the carry, and he's met and will be brought down there. Looked like Jake Bergonzi came up and made the initial tackle for the Presidents. No gain on the play.
Yeah, the give was to Jones on that counter play, and nothing doing on that particular play. As you said, Bergonzi came up and made the stop. It's 3rd and 12. The President defense appearing to again answer the bell here. Kiley may be coming back under center here. He's over to the sideline to get the play. We'll see if Andrew lines up as quarterback. We've got to expect that going to the air is a potential option here, John.
Yeah, they have the wind at their back right now, so we'll see if that is a possibility. And they're going to stay with the Wildcat, Antoine Allen, behind center with Ginto and Davon Jones to his sides. He's going to keep it himself, and he's going to get hit and brought down in the backfield by number 56 for the Presidents. A huge play there. And I believe that is number 56, Curtis Cali.
I'll tell you, I've been eager to talk about Curtis today. We expected we'd hear from him. But watch this replay. What a play by the young man from Texas or Weymouth or wherever he's from. Great penetration. He makes the tackle. That is a first-class play by Curtis Cali. He proudly wears number 56 for a linebacker, is a number with a hallowed heritage in Boston sporting circles. And Curtis Cali stepping right in, answering the bell, wearing 56 as a linebacker and a down lineman occasionally.
All right, 4th and 19. Kylie back under center, looking to pass. Open downfield is Jones, and he cannot bring it in. Jones was open in the end zone, and he could not bring it in. It hit his hands, and unfortunately for North Quincy, an opportunity goes by the board.
Yeah, in fairness to Jones, it's because of Davon's athleticism that he was even able to make a play on this. Watch the replay. The ball gets tipped just before he gets to him. Kylie, who's a guy who can throw the ball, puts it right in there. It gets tipped. Jones gets his hands on it, but unable to bring it in. So the President defense answers the call, and with 54 seconds left, looks like they're going to try to get the ball downfield. We'll see what happens.
James Lamb's going to hand it off to Alex Alexandre, the senior captain for the Presidents, over to the left side. The ball was at the 21-yard line. It looks like he's going to get to the 23.
Tell you what, there is absolutely nothing conservative about Coach Bill Reardon of Quincy. But with the ball down his own end of the field, with a 7-point lead in the locker room 30 seconds away, we can expect Quincy to be conservative here and just take this 7-0 lead into the locker room. They're letting the clock run down a bit. Lamb taking his time under center. This should be the last play of the half.
15 seconds left to go. Alexandre on the carry, and he's going to get up to the 30-yard line. One man brought him down. Looked like he could have gone a little bit further on that play, but that is going to bring the close to the end as we take a look on the replay.
Here's a shot from down on the field. You're going to see Alexandre get tripped up almost right away. That's the last play of what has been a fast-moving and exciting first half, John. It's a 7-0 ball game early on. North Quincy's got to be happy because they played Quincy, the favorite, just man up here for the entire first half. From the Quincy perspective, the defense did a super job of stepping up, making stops when they had to. They stopped North twice in the red zone, so impressive first half for both teams.
All right, we'll go down to the field where Noel LeBona has Coach Bill Reardon of the Presidents. Noel.
What a half. You had an actual, North Quincy's driving, they get a holding penalty, you guys stop them. Then you guys come down, you score, you got the power back in there, Alexandre with Hanscom Fields, you're doing a good job running. Then they come up with the Wildcat, Coach Reardon. Did you guys prep for that at all?
No, they haven't shown that all season. This is textbook Thanksgiving. They came out ready to go. They ripped the ball defensively. They shut us down the first drive. Then they ripped it down right down the field. I mean, talk about textbook Thanksgiving, right? Then they come out with the Wildcat, something they haven't shown all year. You break it all up at Thanksgiving. Whatever's left in the bag, pull it out. So, yeah, what a wild first half.
So what you did is you tried to figure it out. Curtis Cali comes in and makes a huge sack. You're going to figure it out at halftime right now? Hey, listen, they come back out with the Wildcat. This is what we're going to do.
Yeah. I think I like what we did here at the end with the Wildcat. We'll just kind of make sure that they understand it completely. Yeah, and we'll go with that. It'll be interesting to see if they stick with it.
Yeah, they're getting the ball first, so you're going to be on defense, so you're going to have to probably go with the they're probably going to go with the Wildcat. It looks like they're bread and butter right now.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see. We'll be
any adjustments offensively, defensively for you guys?
I mean, offensively, I got a sense, I think, for what they're going to be in, so we're just going to make sure that we're all on the same page and execute it.
Sounds good. 7-0. Good luck in the second half. Back up to you guys.
All right, thanks, Noel. So we'll see what happens in the second half if Quincy can adjust to the Wildcat play there. Actually, we're going to go to a bowl again with Coach Mark Nutley. Noel. We're going to go to Noel down in the field. Noel?
Here on the field with Coach Mark Nutley. We got Charles Jerf thing at the halftime, so we're going to get him now. Coach, you come out with a Wildcat offense. Did you work on it all week?
Yeah, we did. That was something we put in right at the end of last week, just because we want the ball in Antoine's hands, and and this way we have two good lead blockers for him in Eddie and Davon, and we move the ball up now, right down, nice down. We just gotta punch it in next time. You know what I mean?
Defensively, what do you think you need to do for adjustments against the Hanscom Fields and the Alexandre combo at tailback?
I mean, for a while we held them pretty good. We were forcing them to run into the boundary, which they didn't want to do. Then they started trading. And on their last two big runs, our D-line didn't adjust to the trade. So we got to, we coached up on the sidelines, but we got to draw it up inside when we get inside and just show them, hey, when they trade the tight end, you got to adjust over there. So because they've showed nothing but run strong right now, so we got to stay with
You had a chance. You were driving at a holding penalty that brought you back. You were in a 3rd and 3 situation. It's only 7-0. You guys are getting the ball first in the second half. You guys are right back in the ball game here. So I think it's going to be a battle. Anything that you need to say?
I just, again, keep doing what we're doing. We're moving the ball. We just had a nice drive, a 40-yard drive right there, which, came away with nothing. So they know they can play with these guys, and that's what I got to, reiterate right now. We can move these guys off the ball and keep getting our first downs, and that's what we're doing, and, touchdown will come.
Good luck in the second half. Thank you. Back up to you guys, and after halftime, we'll go back up to you guys. Thank you.
All right, thanks, Noel. So quite an interesting story here in the first half. The Red Raiders have come out and played very strong, Jim. We talked about before the game, we thought Quincy might come out and dominate this game. But the Red Raiders, as Coach Bill Reardon said, hey, it's Thanksgiving. You empty out the playbook and whatever it takes to win the game.
Yeah, it was interesting. I did not expect the Wildcat, as Bill Reardon didn't expect it. But the Presidents did a nice job of reacting to it. I love the way that Coach Nutley just stayed with it, gave the ball to his athlete, Antoine Allen. It does show you the impact of having an Eddie Ginto back. And I'm going to tell you something that was disturbing and interesting. I saw Jalen Chase having trouble getting off the field at the end of the first half. Jalen got injured. It looked like a leg injury. That could be a big factor for the second half running game for the Presidents. So we'll hope Jalen's okay. Other side of the ball, the Red Raiders defensively have done a solid job. Coach Nutley thinks he knows what adjustments he needs to make, so should be a very interesting second half. Tighter game than we expected, 7-0 Presidents. Looking forward to an exciting second half.
All right, well, we're going to take a timeout and be back with second half coverage in just one moment. Again, at the half, the Quincy Presidents 7, the North Quincy Red Raiders 0. We'll be back in just one moment. Welcome back, everyone, to Veterans Memorial Stadium. We're at the half. The Quincy Presidents lead the North Quincy Red Raiders by a score of 7-0. Jim, before the halftime kickoff starts, we have a nice dedication ceremony. It was just held in honor of Charles Jurf. The press box was named in honor of him. He was the PA announcer here at the stadium for 40-plus years.
Yes, he did a terrific job. Everyone remembers the mellifluous voice of Charlie Jurf because you wouldn't just hear it in the stadium. It would carry very well outside the walls of the stadium, so we'd all hear his call whenever teams were playing in the stadium, and it's great that he was honored today.
All right, short kick by the Presidents, and it's fielded by North Quincy's number 15, Joe Phoenix, at their own 35-yard line.
Yeah, North again doing a good job of fielding the short kick, not making any mistakes. They're going to start with good field position. Similar scenario to the opening of the game, John. They're going to be going from our right to our left, from south to north into the strong headwind. Look for the feature of Antoine Allen in the running game, and let's see how that plays out.
We should mention, too, we have some audio of Charles Jurf calling a game on Thanksgiving a number of years ago, and we'll go to that audio in between quarters, so you can stay tuned for that. Antoine Allen on the first carry of the third quarter over to the left side. Ball was at the 35. He's going to move it up to about the 37-yard line, a gain of 2.
Yeah, nice job by the President defense of coming right out, focusing on and stopping Allen. They spent halftime preparing for the Wildcat, and North came out with a more traditional single tailback set. Big factor here is the return of Eddie Ginto. We've seen him throw some really crushing blocks, John. He's done a terrific job for the Red Raiders.
Second down and 8 now for North Quincy. And they're going to go trap play to Davon Jones, but Quincy snuffs that out right away. William Young comes in to make the tackle along with Dan Garente.
Yeah, that time Ginto was lined up as the right tailback. Presidents read that, and they were ready. Allen came off to the left side. He was a decoy, but none of the Presidents bit. They're watching that lead blocker, Ginto. Linebackers doing a nice job of following him. Very veteran group back there. Bagonzi, number 44, who's absolutely terrific. He was a guy in on the tackle there. In the middle, number 52, Dan Garente. And then over on the outside here, they've got a new face in, Ryan Turpin.
And Quincy's going to call a timeout. 9:29 left to go here in the third quarter. It is 3rd and 5 for the Red Raiders at their own 40-yard line. Again, they are heading from south to north. Actually, while we have a timeout, why don't we listen to that audio of Charles Jerf from a Thanksgiving Day game a number of years ago here at the stadium.
So I'm a cat, and I just moved in with this.
Oh, well, that's not the right audio, so we'll get that queued up, and we'll come back with that maybe next time out or at the quarter break.
Yeah, Mr. Jerf has not been in the booth for a while, but I did not remember that voice as being his. All right, here come the Red Raiders. Kylie under center, a big 3rd down starting this second half. North wants to deliver a message early, and this play is going to be a big part of that message.
All right, fake to Antoine Allen. Kylie looking downfield, and it is picked off. Actually, no, it's not. It was almost picked off by Java Hanson Fields, but they're going to say the ball hit the ground. Nonetheless, a big play there by Hanson Fields and the Quincy Presidents.
Yeah, there's the athleticism of Hanson Fields. Kylie had an open receiver. He delivered the ball into this tough headwind, but Hanson Fields closed on it beautifully, made the stop, and now North Quincy is going to be forced to execute a punt into this very, very difficult headwind. They've got their punter back there, number 21, Matt Donovan. The snap's going to be important, and the kick. Good snap.
All right, it's a high kick. And Quincy is going to get away from it, and it takes a friendly bounce for the Red Raiders. It bounced initially at the Quincy 48, and it goes all the way now to the Quincy 37. So an 11-yard roll there for the Red Raiders.
Very effective job by Matt Donovan and the Red Raiders. An absolutely terrific punt. He got it way up. That had some nice hang time. Get into that headwind. And you heard the president's sideline yelling, "Get away, get away." All the blue shirts ran away from the ball. And so a nice job by North Quincy. Now the defense has to step up here as the Presidents with nice field position at the 37, John.
They're going to give it to Alex Alexandre. He was trying to go the reverse, and a lot of confusion here. Broken play, and a huge loss here. James Lamb is going to get tackled all the way back at the 20-yard line.
Well, I'll tell you what, that's an unfortunate one because the Presidents' number 40 had nothing but green space in front of him, Rob Monroe, but his charge was to get the ball back to Lamb. They were running a flea flicker there. It was going to be a double reverse and looking downfield, but that time Monroe, who saw the green space and wanted to go, he followed what he was supposed to do and got the ball back to Lamb, but North Quincy just completely blew up that play, John. 17-yard loss. They have to now continue to hold firm here on a 2nd and 27 for the Presidents.
And Lamb stumbles trying to get out of the snap. He's going to keep it himself. Cross the 20-yard line to 25. Still has some space in front of him. Gets across the 30, and will get up to the 32-yard line in the middle of the field. Nice run there by James Lamb.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, that time North Quincy did a terrific job of closing up the outside on Lamb. He had nowhere to go, but Lamb, with his athleticism, turned it up inside. Big gain there. You know, he picked up a little over 10 yards, but the difficult thing is it's still 3rd and 17 here.
Let's take a look at the replay real quick on that play by Lamb. Well, I guess we won't see the replay.
That wasn't real quick. Look at a replay.
We'll have to play this at full speed here so we can get it all in as teams come to the line. And you can see a nice job here by Lamb. Gets up to the 31-yard line. She's making the 32-yard line.
Here we go. 3rd and 17.
So 3rd and long. Lamb looking to pass for the first time today. And it's going to be a draw to drive by Hanson Fields. Running over to the left side. Gets across the 40, up to the 45. And it's going to be very close to the first down. We'll see where they mark him out of bounds. And it will be a first down for the Presidents. Ball goes up to the 48-yard line.
Oh, Beautifully executed by Quincy. A little delayed draw. Watch this replay. You're going to see Lamb look like he's dropping back to pass. Gets the ball in the hands of number 7, and watch him get outside and just run past people. Terrific job. There's a great cracked back block. And by the time North Quincy can react to it, Handsome Fields gets downfield for 18 yards, maybe 17 and a half, but it was certainly enough for a big first down for the Quincy Presidents.
So 1st and 10 for the Presidents. Ball at their own 48-yard line. Coming up on 6 minutes and 20 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Jalen Chase goes in motion. Lamb looking to pass, looking, and he's going to throw way downfield. Ball got tipped as he was throwing it, and it is incomplete. Ball was almost intercepted by North Quincy, and let's see, it was number 13, Eric Cohane-Jones, just couldn't get his hands underneath it.
I'll tell you what, on the most humid day at Fenway Park ever, Tim Wakefield couldn't have thrown one of those. Watch this ball, folks. And this is a kid who's a talented athlete, James Lamb. Watch what happens to the football when he releases it. They talk about a pigskin going in all different directions. Well, this thing is spinning laterally in a manner I've never seen a football spin, which was a good thing for Lamb because as a result it was not picked off, and President's looking at a 2nd and 10.
You can see he got hit just as he was throwing the ball. All right, 2nd down and 10, as you said, Jim. Handoff goes to Jave Handsome Fields. He'll cross midfield and get up to the North Quincy 43-yard line.
Yeah, a little chatter going on after the play. The intensity is starting to ratchet up. Watch the replay here. This is interior running, and the guys are starting to get a little chatty after the play here. It's a sign that the boys realize the stakes as the clocks run on. As the clock runs on, I'm sorry, my jaw is freezing up here, but we're coming down to 5.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. North Quincy feeling greater urgency, greater intensity here. The President's marching the ball down, looking at a 3rd and 2.
3rd and 2, and Lamb's going to keep it himself, trying to run it right up the middle, and it looks like he will have enough for the first down. Let's see where they mark the ball. The ball was at the 43, and they're going to mark the ball now at the 41. First down for the Presidents.
Yeah, Bill Reardon's going to be very happy with this drive. If you watch the replay here, you're going to see them bringing the ball up inside. You know, I mentioned this at the end of the half. I'm watching him come out now holding his shoulder. Jalen Chase is dinged up again and had to come off the field. It might be his elbow or his shoulder, but that's a big factor for Quincy because he's a guy who does the dirty work there, and he's out now on the sidelines injured.
1st and 10 for the Presidents. Ball at the 41-yard line. Coming up on 4 minutes and 40 seconds, and Coach Bill Reardon sees something he does not like, and he's going to call a timeout.
Yeah, he's getting a timeout. His blocking back is Tomas Silva, the kicker. We haven't seen that, and we've got to see how that changes dynamics here for the Presidents. You hate to see a guy get injured, but especially a key guy like Jalen Chase. This is going to cause some adjustments for Quincy. We'll see how they react to it. Tomas Silva in there is the up back. He'll be doing the blocking. And it's 1st and 10 for the Presidents on the Red Raider 42, John.
4:37 left to go here in the third quarter. Quincy driving down the field. Alex Alexandre on his first carry of the half, and he's going to move it up now to the North Quincy 35-yard line.
Yeah, getting up a little frustrated is Vinny Tran. Vinny had a shot at Alexandre, but that's where the fresh legs come into play here. As you said, it was his first carry, and he just exploded through that hole.
So it's a gain of 6 on the play for the Presidents on Alexandre's run. Bring up now a 2nd down and 4.
Best case scenario playing out here for the Presidents, John. This is a nice, long, slow drive. They're keeping the ball out of the hands of number 5 for the Red Raiders by keeping their offense on the field.
James Lamb's going to keep himself running over to the right side, cross the 30-yard line, trying to find a block, and he's going to get hit by several Red Raiders at the 26-yard line, but it's enough for another first down for the Presidents.
I don't know if we're going to get a replay here. Beautiful. We do have a replay. I'd like you to watch number 5 for the White on the bottom part of your screen, if we see him. I don't think we're going to see him. That's too bad. I got to tell you, there was a terrific play made there by Antoine Allen. Allen contained Lamb. He was trying to get outside, but Allen stayed with his back to the sideline and forced Lamb to turn it up into the pursuit. And held him to no gain here.
First and 10 from the 26. Alexandre on the carry. Goes up the left side, cuts it back up the middle to the 20-yard line, and brought down at the 20, they're going to say, and a flag is thrown on the play. Looks like we might have an unsportsmanlike penalty against North Quincy.
Yeah, we're going to get a personal foul on Nick Manning. I think I had mentioned earlier that Vinny Tran was frustrated. Well, that time Nick Manning just would not let up. He wouldn't release a block.
We have a dead ball foul, personal foul on the defense, automatic first down.
Yeah, Mark Nutley talking to Manning over on the sideline. He understands the emotions of Thanksgiving Day. He understands how a player can get caught up in something like that. He's there to greet him, to tell him that he's got to calm himself down here. That's a big penalty, John, as it moves the ball down to the 10, where it's going to be a first and goal for the Presidents on this big drive to start the second half by James Lamb and the President offense.
First and goal for the Presidents at the 10-yard line, coming up on 3 minutes left to go. Alexandre on the carry over to the right side, crosses the 5-yard line, and gets tackled. Nice job there by Eddie Ginto to save a possible touchdown.
Yeah, Ginto with great penetration. He wouldn't let go. If you watch the replay, you're going to see Alexandre threading his way up. Terrific job by the blue shirts on the offensive line for the President, just firing off. And there you see Ginto, who knifed his way through and made a terrific tackle. The President offensive line doing a first-class job here, John, firing off the ball. We've talked about them this season, but that time you saw them in action.
All right, real quick, what we'll do is while we have a moment, we'll go down to Noel DeBona, who's down the field. We'll report down the sideline. Noel, can you take it away for us, please?
Yes, guys. Alexandre had a great block on this drive. I watched it right in front of me right here to spring James Lamb on the sideline, and it sets this up. Alexandre is running really hard right here. On the sidelines right now, Quincy is pumped up. They're all talking to each other. The emotion's up. I don't know what's on the North Quincy side, but that 15-yard penalty gets them right into the red zone right here. Let's see what happens on this drive.
All right, thanks, Noel. The ball is spotted just inside the 5-yard line. So it's second down and goal for the Presidents. 2 minutes and 49 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Quincy on top by a score of 7-0, looking to add to that. James Lamb gives it off to Alex Alexandre, and he's going to fight his way forward for a gain of 1 or 2 yards. We'll see where they mark the ball. North Quincy thinks they have the ball, but the referee's going to say Alexandre was down when he fumbled it.
Yeah, there's no hesitation at all on the part of the striped shirts. They're saying there was no fumble there. Big stop by the Red Raiders, John. Alexandre stopped just inside the 5. The field, the 10 yards get a lot harder to get when you're inside the 10. First and goal from the 10 is probably the toughest spot on the field to be, and that's where the Presidents had to start from.
All right, third and goal from the 4-yard line. Full house backfield behind James Lamb. Java Hanson Fields on the carry. He's going to fight his way forward. Touchdown, Quincy. Ran over to the right side, and Hanson Fields had 2 men in front of him to block, and he pushes it in for the 6 points.
Yeah, terrific job. If you watch this replay, you're going to see some great blocking over on the right side. The lead block by the tight end, Abraham Odie. And then also out there on the right side, Captain Matt Kozlowski. And we saw Steve Scalaro as well. These guys do a terrific job. They have done all season. And the Presidents punch in a big touchdown here in the second half. With 2 minutes to go in the third quarter, the Presidents extend their lead to 14-0, John.
All right, while we have a timeout and we have a short moment here, why don't we go to the audio of Charles Jerf, again from a Thanksgiving football game a number of years ago, and this was the audio that was played at halftime during the ceremony.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 68th encounter between Quincy High School and North Quincy High School. This is your public address announcer, Charlie Jerf, and I would like to draw your attention to the center of the field to recognize the Quincy Queen and the North Quincy Queen in their court. So now, ladies and gentlemen, if you'll please rise to join the singing of the national anthem as it's being played by the combined Quincy High School and North Quincy High School band.
All right, so a voice of the past there, Jim. And that voice was played here again at the stadium today, and it was brought back a lot of memories for a lot of people who heard that voice for a number of years. All right, Quincy kickoff, and it's going to be a fair catch by North Quincy's Zach Dangora at their own 35-yard line, and that's where the Red Raiders will start this drive.
Yeah, again, that's nice coaching and nice execution. Once he calls for the fair catch, the defensive team has to play him very differently. So well done by the Red Raiders. They continue to handle special teams. They've done so all season, John. Very, very well. They've performed flawlessly in special teams, the Red Raiders have. And that's a factor here today. When the weather's bad, any little mistake, and special teams can be the guys who get caught. They have not made any today, and now the offense has to step in behind them. Andrew Kiley and the Red Raiders have to get something going to get North back in this game, John.
They sent Davon Jones in motion. They give it to Antoine Allen over to the left side. He's hit behind the line of scrimmage, but he fights his way forward for a gain of 1 or 2 on the play.
Yeah, that time there was basically nothing there, but Allen kept driving and drove up the left sideline for a pickup of 3.5 yards that were all hard-earned.
All right, ball is spotted at the 38-yard line. Coming up on a minute and 20 seconds left to go here in the half. Dan Garente, according to Martin Dunham, has 10 tackles on the day so far. Again, 2nd down and 7 for the Red Raiders. Trap play, Davon Jones has some space in front of him, across the 40 up to the 45, now across the 50, still fighting his way forward, and is brought down at the 41-yard line. First down, North Quincy.
Boy, how often have we seen that this year? Nice counter by the Red Raiders. And if you watch this replay, we've seen North execute this flawlessly. Fake pitch. There's the give and all the green space that you could hope for number 2, Davon Jones, a guy who can take advantage and does so there. Great trap blocking by the Red Raiders, great execution by Kiley, and North on the move here with 40 seconds in this third quarter.
That was a 21-yard gain by Davon Jones, and flags are thrown on the play. Quincy's clapping, so it looks like it's going to be a false start on the Red
Red ball
Raiders.
foul. False start on the offense. Still first down, and we're winding.
Not sure that we're keeping track of penalties for each team. I don't know that Quincy's had a penalty in this ball game.
They had one offsides penalty in the first quarter.
That's right. Yeah, I forgot that one. But North has had penalties that have been critical, though. Clock is running down. This will probably be the last play of the third quarter. And then North, which may need to go to the air, will have the wind at their back here for this final fourth quarter.
1st and 15 for the Red Raiders. The toss goes to Antoine Allen over to the right side, across the 45-yard line, and he is met and stopped there by 5 Quincy Presidents. It'll be a gain of 1 on the play, maybe 2 for the Red Raiders.
Yeah, it looked like there might be some green space in front of them, but it sealed up very quickly. And that's the end of the third quarter, a terrific third quarter from the President perspective. The home team, Quincy High School, Presidents picked up the only 7 points of the quarter. They extended their lead to 14-0. But more importantly, John, they've really kind of taken control of this ball game. North's got to do something with his current possession to get back into it.
All right, we'll go down to Noel LeBona. We'll report in between quarters. Noel.
North Quincy's driving right now. At some point, is they going to go back to that Wildcat offense and put Antoine Allen back in the middle there? They're driving right now. Quincy's really pumped up here in the sidelines, but that big run by Davon Jones has really sparked North Quincy. 14-0 going into the last quarter here. It's going to be a nice little ending of the game here. Last 11 minutes. Back up to you guys.
Thank you, Noel. He's absolutely correct. We're going to have an exciting fourth quarter, we hope, because that would mean North Quincy get back in the ball game, and it's better for Thanksgiving Day. It's not a happy thing for either coach or either sideline, but for those of us braving these conditions, you want to see the two teams really go at it for the full 44 minutes, and like to see North get back in this ball game here on this drive. We've got Kylie in the backfield with the lone man, Antoine Allen, the lone running back behind him.
All right, North now going from the north end zone to the south end zone. First play of the fourth quarter. 3 receivers set for the Red Raiders. Play action fake, high looking to pass, and almost picked off by number 44 for the Presidents. That is Jake Bergonzi. He stepped in front of the play. They were trying to set up the screen pass to Antoine Allen, but Bergonzi almost picked it off.
Yeah, if you watch the replay, number 80, I guess we don't have the replay, but Matt Hines from Quincy, one of the captains, absolutely blew up that screenplay. He had terrific penetration. As a result, the Kylie had to get rid of the ball more quickly than he anticipated. Antoine Allen was releasing it to the flat, and his back was actually to the ball as Kylie threw it, and the play was blown up on a terrific defensive penetration by Matt Hines.
3rd and 13 now for the Red Raiders. Ball at the Quincy 44-yard line. Again, play action fake. Kylie looking to pass, being pressured. Kozlowski's in there, trying to get away from him. Kylie throws it downfield, and it is incomplete. Had Davon Jones, but nice coverage by Jave Hanson-Fields.
If you watch this replay again, Kylie running for his life here. The Presidents with terrific penetration. There you see Jave Hanson-Fields. That was Hanson-Fields who came. Alexandre, who penetrated, chased Kylie down, forced him to the sideline, and the Quincy blitz call. Nice job by Kevin Carey in the defense, forcing North Quincy to punt here as we start the fourth quarter.
All right, Rob Monroe and Jave Hanson-Fields are back to get the kick. Matt Dudman gets a nice kickoff, and Rob Monroe's going to field it. He bobbles it actually at the 10-yard line, and it looks like he was able to pick it back up at the 13. North Quincy almost catches a huge break, but Monroe's able to jump on the ball. It'll be Quincy possession. A flag is thrown behind the play, though, Jim.
Let's see what the call is. Looks like the call might be against North Quincy, the way Mark Nutley's reacting.
Don't worry. We have running into the kicker, a 5-yard penalty.
All right, so it's going to be a 5-yard penalty, as you heard.
Coach Nutley's looking for a bigger hit than that. I think he feels it was a little more intentional, and he's advocating he's still trying to work the referee here without success. So North Quincy is looking at a 5-yard penalty. I think given what happened here, which was a terrifically executed punt, I would suspect that North Quincy will just decline the penalty and leave the ball where it is. Of course, now the ball's been picked up. Now we've got the officials conferring. We've got the ball picked up. And we've got the North Quincy coaching staff with their arms in the air, wondering what's going on out there. Here we go. We're going to get a call from the referee.
Okay, we have running into the kicker has been declined. Quincy will take over. First down and 10 at the 11.
Yeah, we suspected that's how it would play out. They declined the penalty because it was such a well-executed punt. Quincy's in a little bit of trouble. They're down in their own end zone, their own area of the field here, inside the 10. Well, the ball's going to be placed just outside the 10 at the 11-yard line. Stiff headwind, tough weather conditions, big opportunity for the North defense here if they can come up with a stop, and a big challenge for the Quincy Presidents, John. The offense has to react here, see if they can't grind out another drive as they did in their possession in the third quarter.
10 minutes and 34 seconds left to go in the ball game. Quincy on top 14-0. And Quincy has the ball first and 10 on their own 11-yard line. Alex Alexandre on the carry. Going over to the left guard. Runs up the middle. Gets up to the 15 and make it down at the 17-yard line.
Yeah, nice job up the left side. You see some terrific blocking by the President line. They're just firing off the ball very effectively. That time Alexandre followed number 70, Abraham Hody, right up into the hole. Terrific job by the President line. We'll talk about these guys in a moment here. They break the huddle with a 2nd and 4.
All right, Hines goes in motion. I formation behind Lamb. And he's going to keep it himself, trying to get outside. Nice pursuit there, and he is brought down. Look like coming up to make the tackle was number 28, Anthony Capone.
Well, that time, that's what Mark Nutley talked about with Noel DeBoner at the end of the half. What Quincy's doing is they're kind of showing their hand on the running plays. They sent the tight end in motion. He shifted from left to right. That was a sign to the North Quincy defense that the running play would be going right. They reacted accordingly, did a terrific job of stuffing the runner, coming up with a stop. It's going to result in a big third down play here as they're looking at a 3rd and 11 now. So the Red Raider defense answering the call here. Clock running down. We're under 9 minutes, so time becoming a factor here. This is a big third down play for North Quincy, John.
3rd down and 11, a loss of 7 on that last play for the Presidents. And a flag is thrown. Looks like we might have
5 more.
Looks like we might have a delay of game on Quincy.
Yeah, over on the left side for Quincy.
Oh, delay of game on the offense. 3rd down. We're going to go on the snap.
Abraham Hody, number 70, who's only a junior. He's the left tackle. And the left guard, Steve Scalaro, also a junior. Those two guys are coming back. Number 51, Mike Monroe, only a sophomore. The left side of the President line. They've been super all season. They're all coming back next year. It's a powerful offensive line who's done a great job.
Flag thrown on the play. North might have jumped on this play. And Lamb gets hit. Big hit there. He crosses the 5 and gets up to the 7, maybe the 8-yard line. But again, it looked like North Quincy might have jumped on the play. So it will be offsides against North Quincy. It looks like Quincy will probably take this penalty.
Yeah, they'll definitely take the penalty. And North has got to just tighten
We have
up here.
offsides on White. Repeat 3rd down.
As we've said, the North Quincy penalties have all been big ones. This is a costly one because North came up with a stop. The clock is running. Clock running down. North's trailing by 2 scores. And the way this game has gone, it's with 8 minutes, 2 scores is a mountain to climb. But more importantly, when you make the stop like that and then pick up the penalty, that's difficult.
Jave Hanson Fields on the carry, goes right up the middle of the line, crosses the 15, gets up to the 20-yard line. Nice run there by Hanson Fields, and they'll be a yard shy of the 1st down.
Yeah, that was close. That was almost a really devastating penalty because as you watch the replay, watch Hanson Fields. He almost picks up the first down here. And that would have been absolutely devastating to the Red Raiders. Great individual effort. Hanson Fields gets stopped and picks up an additional 3 yards. North's got to watch for the fake punt here, and I'm sure Coach Nutley knows that. Actually they're
looks like
not
they're
coming out. They're going to go for it.
All right, so 4th and 1, and Coach Nutley's going to call a timeout. See if they're going to call Quincy's bluff.
I'm not sure if what Coach Reardon is looking at is possibly trying to take advantage of a hard count and draw North offside, John. Not sure that they're actually going to go for this. We'll see.
This is a Bill Belichick,
Right.
having confidence in if we can get 1 yard, we can get it.
Well, Reardon's got timeouts in his pocket. He's got a 14-0 lead, and they've run the clock very effectively here, so they could call a timeout if he wanted to.
All right, 4th and 1 for the Presidents. They need 1 yard to get to the 21-yard line. Full house backfield. Hines goes in motion. Lamb trying to get them to jump off sides, and he calls timeout.
All right, so well done by the Red Raiders. They didn't bite. You saw Lamb. He multiple hard counts there. And then as the clock ran down, he called the timeout. We'll expect punting unit now. Let's see if they do, in fact, come out on the field. Quincy's taking a full timeout. They're going to get the boys some water. And, yes, they're bringing out the punting unit now. So we'll see whether North Quincy can't somehow capitalize. The punt will be into that stiff headwind. I don't know, Peter Doherty, there you go. There's a shot of the flag, and we're told by the truck that the wind gusts are 45 miles per hour. So we've got a few people at the north end of the city blowing this way, John, trying to get this punt to, let's see, they've got one guy back for North Quincy, and in a shocking turn of events, it's number 5, Antoine Allen. He's going to be at the 50. And there's no way that the ball's going to get that far in this headwind. Lamb's going to be punting.
All right, good kick. A good snap, and Lamb gets a line drive kick, and it will go to the 50, just exactly where you said it wouldn't go.
Yeah. Not only did he prove me wrong, he proved me dead wrong. It's right on the 50-yard line. Lamb was smart there because what he did, needing to get distance, he kept the ball low. That was a nice low punt, and it took a very favorable bounce. So terrific execution by James Lamb. Great job.
All right, so the ball is at midfield with 7:06 left to go in the ball game. North Quincy trails 14-0. With half the field, we'll see if they can get anything going here on this drive.
Yeah, this is a very important drive because with 7 minutes to go, John, if North's going to have any chance, they're bringing out the Wildcat. It's got to happen on this drive.
All right, so Wildcat formation, direct snap to Antoine Allen, trying to run over to the left side, crosses the 50-yard line, has some space, and just does get tripped up there. Looked like it was Jake Bergonzi who tripped him up to make the tackle.
Yeah, if you watch the replay, this is all Antoine right here. Well, I missed Eddie Ginto. You got to watch. You got to love that kid, 32. He is out there banging away. See those two Quincy bodies down on the ground? They were put there by Ginto, number 32. On this play, it's Wildcat again. Folks, I invite you to focus on number 32 and watch some of the blocking by Ginto. What a lead block he's throwing out there.
All right, Allen takes it himself, goes right up the middle, and he'll get up to the 35-yard line of the Presidents. It'll bring up now a 2nd down and 5 for North Quincy.
Yeah, there is nothing fancy here at all. This is pure smash mouth. Just taking it right at the Presidents, Sean. It's the only option North Quincy really has here.
2nd down and 5, again with the Wildcat. 2 receivers set.
A lot of room over on the near side here.
Allen keeps it himself, again up the middle, and he's going to fight his way forward for a gain of 2 or 3 yards. They're going to mark the ball at the 31, so it'll bring up now a 3rd down and 1 for North.
Allen's over on the offense, I should say. The ball, the entire Schlemiel here is over on the far hash mark, the left hash mark. There's a lot of room if Antoine wants to run to the lower side of our screen, to his right. And that's one of Antoine's strengths is his speed. So far, Quincy successfully strung him out, but Andy's been staying inside the tackles. 3rd and short here.
And they're going to give it to Davon Jones, and that play is snuffed out by the Presidents. Nice job there by Quincy getting up off the bottom of the pile. Abraham Hody for the Presidents, and it's a loss of 1 on the play. Make it a loss of 2 on the play.
Yeah, North was looking for the first down, and if you watch this replay, it's the little counter to Jones. They give him the ball quickly, and Quincy was having nothing to do with that one. They just blew that play right up. Terrific job by the President line.
All right, so it's going to bring up now a 4th down and 4 for North Quincy with 4 minutes and 38 seconds left to go in the ball game. Again, Antoine Allen in the Wildcat behind center. Quincy almost jumped off sides. Antoine Allen keeps it himself. He's going to fight his way forward right at the first down marker.
Wow.
And he gets to 29.
Gonna be critical.
He gets to 29. First down, North Quincy.
They got the chain gang moving here, and there was no hesitation. I thought it was a close call, but no hesitation at all by the crew. They called a first down. The clock is running. We're going to run down under 4 minutes on this play. Kiley back under center. North Quincy moving the ball, but the clock's going to become a big factor here.
3 minutes, 50 seconds left to go in the ball game. Again, North Quincy trails 14-0. They fake it to Antoine Allen. Kiley passes, and it is incomplete. Was looking for Zach Dangor. Coverage by Jave Handsome Fields.
Nutley going to the air here because of the clock factor. He's looking to, the clock stops on an incomplete pass, and it did so here. 3:44 to go. I think Mark Nutley feeling that with time being the factor what it is, he might have to go to the air a bit with Kiley, try to move the ball down the field that way. This is what happens with the clock being a factor. It affects what you can call as well, John.
The wind is at North Quincy's back, so that won't be a factor passing. Kiley again looking to pass. Matt Hines trying to sack him, and he does. Big play by Matt Hines, the senior captain for the Presidents.
Wow, that was huge. Kiley never saw him. He was coming from the left side, the blind side. North Quincy's going to get a timeout here because with 3:30 to go, that big sack by Hines has caused a huge change in what North Quincy's looking at. They're now looking at a third down, and they have to get to the 19. We're at the 45, 26. 3rd and 26, so the whole tenor of what North Quincy wanted to do here has just been blown up on a terrific play by Matt Hines, the captain.
So it's a 16-yard loss there on the sack by Hines, and now that brings up a 3rd and 26 for the Red Raiders. 3.5 minutes left to go in the ballgame.
Yeah, this was a critical possession for North, and I've got to tell you, they're looking a little dispirited out there right now. That was a huge play by Hines.
Kiley looking to pass, looking down the left sideline. He gets hit as he throws, and it goes incomplete. William Young, Matt Kozlowski, and Matt Hines all there on the play.
Yeah, the Quincy line is just exploding here off the ball and getting terrific penetration. Kiley has just had no options here as far as going to the air. His ability to set and throw the ball has been totally blown up by the President defense, John. And what they're doing now, Quincy, they're just sending guys. Kevin Carey is just pulling out all the stops here, trying to blow up this final possession for North Quincy.
4th and 26 now for the Raiders. Kiley looking to pass, has some time, goes way downfield, throws it into a group, and it is picked off by the Presidents. Who came up with it? Number 8, Ryan Turpin.
And nice job by Turpin of going up in the crowd. The ball was down where it had to be. Kiley trying to give a guy a play on it, but it just wasn't there. If you watch the replay, you're going to see a lot of blue shirts in the area. That time, Quincy only rushed 4 guys. They've got 7 defensive backs. Kiley puts it down. and Turpin makes a great play. Look at that play on the ball. Terrific job. So that is going to do it here, I would say, John, because Quincy now, all they have to do is run out the clock. There's 3:14. They've got a 2-score lead, and they just have to execute and run out the clock.
Handoff goes to Alex Alexandre, and he does a nice run. He gets up to the 13-yard line.
We'll say this about North. Given what they were looking at today, I think that they played a very solid football game, even though I'm sure they're disappointed where things stand right now. North was very solid defensively. They kept an explosive Quincy offense in check. We talked about all the tools that the Presidents have. North's done a good job of keeping things in check here. The return of Eddie Ginto, a big factor in that regard. Number 32's played a super game for North Quincy. But the Quincy Presidents, particularly in the line play, just really took charge today, John, and they've had a dominating performance. North's going to get a timeout with 2:20 to go and a 3rd down and 5, but the Presidents, very impressive both halves, John. They played a very consistent game. They haven't made any mistakes, and the weather's been a bit of a factor, but James Lamb and the Quincy Presidents just played solid inside the tackle football offensively, and they've ground out 2 long drives for their 14-0 lead.
2 minutes and 21 seconds left to go. As you said, North calls a timeout. That last run was a 3-yard gain by Alex Alexandre, and the ball is now spotted at the 13-yard line. Excuse me, at the 15-yard line.
Noel DeBoner is right down there on top of the Quincy President huddle. Maybe he can let us know what's going on. Go ahead, Noel.
They were going to go for it on 4th and 1, and Coach Carey came over to Coach Reed and says, the defense playing good, let's punt that ball. That was the difference of this game right here, right now, because if they had stopped them, they would have got the ball and went into that Wildcat offense. So let's see what happens right here. They're going to run out the clock.
Yeah, you're right. That's an interesting insight, Noel. Bill Reardon was looking to go for it. So Coach Carey, right, the President defense, they've really stepped up today.
All right, 3rd and 2 for the Presidents. Alexandre on the carry, and he gets right up towards the 1st down marker, and they're going to give him the 1st down.
Yeah.
So big run there by Alex Alexandre. Ball goes up to the 18-yard line. 1st down, Presidents.
Yeah, that's a big 1st down. That, I would say, essentially seals it. The clock now starts to run. Presidents have the opportunity to run the ball 3 times. They'll run it 4 times here. I mean, there's no reason for them not to do so. And the clock's going to run down. We're under 2 minutes now. And James Lamb and the offense just have to get that clock to zeros, and they're going to take home a big Thanksgiving victory, John.
Alexandre on the carry again, over to the left side. He's going to get a gain of 1 on the play up to the 19. North Quincy calls timeout to stop the clock with 1:42 left to go in the game.
I had looked over to the sideline earlier, and I thought from the way Mark Nutley was reacting that he might just let the clock run here. Is that North's final timeout, or do they have one more?
I have one more that they can call.
Okay, so he may call it as well. So you understand that if there's a turnover or something, if North can do something and get in the end zone, there's a potential here. But the 2-score lead is just critical. And on a day where weather conditions are such a factor, 2 scores under 2 minutes could be insurmountable.
The official just said that was North's final timeout.
Okay.
So that's their final timeout they can call.
Yeah, I give North credit. As we said at the start of the game, we've said during the season, this is a team that plays the game from start to finish. We've seen them out of a couple of games, but still playing hard, making things interesting. I recall in particular the game with Scituate, I believe it was, where they were out of the game, but they continued to play. They actually outscored Scituate 7-0 in the 3rd quarter. North plays from start to finish. They're doing so today, but facing this 2-score deficit with 1:40 to go. And what do we have, another timeout?
No, penalty is
We have a
called.
dead ball foul. False start. On the offense, still 2nd down on the snap.
There you see, with hands on hips, number 5 at the lower end of the screen. A very disappointed Antoine Allen. It's unfortunate that his season ends on this note because Antoine Allen has just had a magical senior year. You know, I was looking at some of the older rosters, Sean, and the 2010 team for North Quincy, which was one of my favorites. That was the team led by captains Jimmy Scribby, Kyle McKay. They had Garrett, Kelly. They had several guys who were just heart and soul type players. Bobby Lawless. It was a great North Quincy squad. Well, freshman Antoine Allen and freshman Vinnie Tran were on that roster on Thanksgiving Day. They showed us then what they were capable of. And Antoine this year just had an absolutely explosive year, topped off by his performance in the Milford game. He's going to finish the season with the second best single-season rushing total in the history of North Quincy High School, and that's quite an accomplishment. So I'm sorry he's going out disappointed as he is.
All right, that last run was a first down run by Alex Alexandre, and Quincy will go into victory formation with 1:09 left to go. A couple more snaps, and this ball game will officially be over. A fantastic job here by Quincy High School this season. They're going to finish with a win and go to 7-4 on the season. That's back-to-back 7-4 victories seasons, for the Presidents. Quite an accomplishment for Bill Reardon, Jim.
Yeah, and the key is he's got a lot of these guys coming back. He's got Lamb, Handsome Fields. He's got the offensive line, so things look very bright from the President football perspective. The coaching staff as well. We love the coaching staffs at both schools. Terrific group of men coaching these football players. They treat the boys the right way. Bill Reardon is about to get doused. I don't know if we're going to get a shot of this, but Peter Doherty or the 20-yard camera, they just got him on the sideline there. There's a soaking wet Coach Reardon, but terrific win for the Presidents. Very disappointing loss for North Quincy, but I like the season North Quincy had. They fought the whole time, and I'm happy for Captain Eddie Ginto to get back off the injury and be able to play such an impressive game on Thanksgiving Day. So disappointed guys in white shirts, and you see all the happy blue shirts down there. Very impressive performance by the Quincy Presidents, John.
Again, final score here, Quincy 14, North Quincy 0. As you said, Jim, it was an impressive game. North Quincy came out, played very well. Have to give them full credit, and a good first season for their head coach, Mark Nutley, and they have a lot to look forward to next season as well. They do have a young team, a small squad, but as you said several times today, Jim, they were a four-quarter team. They never gave up. Were fighting all through the games, and whether the score was big or small, they were fighting to the very end and did so as again here today.
Yeah, so I know we've got some coverage here from down on the field. The superintendent's down there. He'll be handing out the trophy. I don't know if Noel's ready to give us some comments. He's down in the middle of everything, and it's interesting. All these guys lining up and shaking hands. They're all friends. They played youth football together, and it's a nice thing to see because they put their heart and their soul into these games, and it's nice to see them shaking hands as they are. We're going to go to Noel DeBona right down in the middle of everything.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to get Alex Alexandre at some point. We'll interview him, but we'll get in the middle of the pile and see Quincy with the victory trophy and everything. So, just really good close game. Antoine Allen had a great career up at North Quincy High School. I want to add that in for everybody. He only had 3 yards last year, and he came in today. That Wildcat I thought was working for North Quincy, but they ended up going back to that regular formation. But 14-0, Quincy did a great job.
Yeah, he's right about that. They're heading to the south end zone now, their home end zone, and they're going to get their trophy. John, I think you're right about when you mentioned North Quincy. A great first year for Mark Nutley. He did a terrific job. They've got more bodies filling into the program. They've got some things to look forward to. Andrew Kiley coming back. Losing a guy like Antoine Allen is going to be tough, though. An absolutely magical football player. Very athletic. Terrific guy to watch. we didn't see some of the things we've seen from him offensively in today's game, which is a tribute to the President defense. But we tip our hats to Antoine as he concludes the season. And we're looking down there. We're right in the middle of it all. Look at all those happy presidents. Great to see, John, isn't it?
Yeah, certainly. That's one thing. No matter who wins on Thanksgiving, all the seniors, all the underclassmen are so thrilled, and I'm sure everyone in blue is going to have a fantastic Thanksgiving dinner. Unfortunately, down the north end of the city might not be as jubilant down there, but a hard-fought game for the Red Raiders. I think we're getting ready to go down on the field for the trophy presentation, and the trophy is being brought out by Superintendent Richard DeCristofaro.
Yeah, who's on the camera in the middle of everything?
Mark Crosby and Anna El Torre. Mark and Anna are down on the field, as you said, literally in the middle of everything.
Oh, yeah. You got to love Mark Crosby. Mark's he's on-air talent during the week, but today he's right in the middle with Anna, in the middle of all those blue shirts, getting some live shots. And now we're going to try to catch the superintendent as he hands over the trophy on Turkey Day to his alma mater, no less.
All right, we'll go down to Noel with the audio as they get ready. Looks like they're looking for Coach Bill Reardon.
Yeah, we're just looking for Coach Reardon, and when he comes in, Dr. DeCristofaro will present the trophy.
Oh, Reardon's being interviewed at the midfield by the print media. Totally unaware that
print media always holding things up, I'm telling you.
Why don't we talk about our crew that was here today, John, while we have the break?
Yes,
because they really labored. They soldiered in very difficult circumstances, didn't they?
Yeah, they certainly did a great job. Actually, there's a nice photo opportunity there, as you see on your screen, of the presidents getting ready for their coach to head over and getting ready for the trophy presentation. On camera here today, we had Peter Doherty, Frank Hogan, Glenn Busher, Mark Crosby, and Anna El Torre all doing a great job to bring the action to you. In the truck on audio, we had Grace Busher. On graphics and replay was Michael Jarvie. Our engineer, Chris Potter. Our director, Bill Early. Up here in the booth with us was Martin Dunham doing stats. We appreciate Martin coming back and helping us out. And, of course, our executive producer, Elizabeth Campbell. So we want to thank all those volunteers for coming here today, giving up a little bit of their Thanksgiving morning to help us bring this coverage to you at home.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. They set up early. They do a great job. We are happy to have Martin. Martin's a pleasure to have in the booth. He gives us little notes and insight. He's the guy who tipped me off on the accomplishment of Antoine Allen. And Martin's back to St. John's junior year.
All right, here we go with the trophy presentation.
Here we go.
Quincy High School, city champions. Coach Reardon.
Hey! I told you there was only one way we were going to get this done, and that was together. And oh my goodness, did you stick together and make it happen, guys. Congratulations. Together. Yeah!
Well, there you go. That's a very jubilant group, as you said, John. Very happy. And they deserve it. They've had quite a season here. They worked hard all year. And we saw the first game. We talked about the fact that you could see that the boys had been in the weight room. They were well conditioned that first game, and they maintained the conditioning all season. So terrific job, hard work, and a nice capstone to win the Thanksgiving Day game.
Well, Jim, this has been a fantastic football season here for QATV, and we've seen a lot of great games here at the stadium. We saw a number of victories, probably the most victories we've seen in quite a number of years. Both North Quincy and Quincy were able to defend the home territory. That's certainly something we like to see, and it was a good football coverage for all our viewers at home throughout the entire season. We should mention we've lost one of our longtime volunteers to Florida, George Capadonna. He's going to become a snowbird going down to Florida. So this is one of the first Thanksgivings. George hasn't been here in a very long time. We miss George. We wish him best of luck down there, and hopefully we can see him every once in a while. Maybe he'll make a guest appearance with us in the upcoming Thanksgivings. But George was a fixture here on QATV Sports for a number of years. And again, we wish George the best of luck.
Yeah, and the key with George Capadonna was he kept Bill Early in check in the truck. So I will be flying George back. I'll be paying his airfare to get him back up here.
All right, we're going to go down to the field with Noel DeBona, Coach Reardon, and Alex Alexandre. Noel?
Coach Reardon, you stopped Antoine Allen to no points today. Stopped the Wildcat at some point. 4th and 1, you were thinking about that punt. Coach Carey came over and said, let's punt it. You're thinking about going for it, and then said, come over and punt. Talk a little bit about this entire season. 7-4, you matched the same record as last year.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, first off, I didn't do a thing to Antoine today. It was Alex and the rest of the defense. They did the job today on the field. It was an amazing defensive team effort because it takes all 11 to be able to contain him. He's that good, and they did it. Being able to finish at 7-4, I mean, that's 7 wins looks so much better than 6 wins, and I'm so happy for these guys. What a great day.
Great season, Coach Reardon. You had 3 games where you lost by 1 point. You know, you could typically bet in the playoffs and play the big teams like Mansfield and Natick. But, you know, great season. You're looking forward to next year. You got a lot of juniors coming back in this ream of things. Let's talk to Alex Alexandre, who's out 3 games this season with a shoulder injury, was able to come back, was a hard-nosed runner today. Yeah. I don't have the exact stats. He's around 100 yards rushing and 1 TD. Let's bring Alex in and talk a little bit to him.
Oh, man, it was crazy. I had faith in my team the whole week. I mean, there was no doubt that we were going to come out here and play and execute the plays like we did in practice. We've been preparing for them. I have great faith in them. Across the board, our offensive line just gave the push today, and that's what we needed to, keep our offense moving and going. Defensive-wise, we did a great job, and I couldn't be even proud of my team.
You know, defense put up a shutout. I know DeGarante and Bergonzi, they're not great interviewers. I've asked them in the past, hey, you guys want to get on? And they said didn't. But you're very well-spoken. I know it's early. You're looking to go to college next year. And what place you thinking of going?
I'm not really too sure on the process. I'm on the process right now. Definitely a 4-year college. Probably somewhere local, but, I mean, football is definitely one thing I would enjoy to do in the near future.
Sounds good. You looked 100% today when you were running the ball. I'll tell you, you were running really hard, and Coach Reardon said, put Alexandre back out there because he's running hard. And you had some great blocks and sprung Lamb into the open field. I want to congratulate both of you. Great win, great season.
Great job. Couldn't be prouder, Alex. What a great day for seniors, and he really stepped up and shined. What a great day. Couldn't be prouder of him.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. 7-4 Quincy High School, 3-8 North Quincy High School. Mark Nutley's going to get back a whole bunch of other players as well. There's a lot of sophomores and juniors playing, so you can talk a little bit about that, Jim. And thank you. Back up to you guys.
Yeah, we're excited for next year. It's always interesting, John. You start here in September. We're in here in short-sleeve shirts complaining about the humidity and hydration, and players are cramping up. And before you know it, you're in a cold, blustery Thanksgiving day. The season goes by quickly, but it's been a real delight. And the big thing, as you said, the teams did well this year at home. They played very well all season, and there's a lot to look forward to next season. I hope as the North Quincy boys watch this game, it's tough for the seniors because they're done, but they played terrifically, and they left behind a good legacy. There was terrific leadership. They taught their teammates about 4 quarters, and I think there's a lot to look forward to for North Quincy. From the president perspective, I think we can look forward to them improving on the 7-4. They've been very solid all season. They've got guys coming back. They mentioned that the yardage here, it was 77 yards picked up by Alex Alexandre, and they were gritty, tough yards today. So nice job by Alex. Happy for him to end his season, his career here at Quincy High in that manner. So a lot to look forward to next season. We're going to close it down for this season, John, and get home to turkey dinners. It's a terrific day here at Quincy.
All right, Jim, as you said, we want to, again, one more time, thank all of our volunteers who have come out here all season long, and especially here on Thanksgiving. Peter Doherty, Mark Crosby, Anna El Torre, Frank Hogan, Glenn Busher, Grace Busher, Michael Jarvie, Chris Potter, Bill Early, and Martin Dunham, again, all the way from New York City to help make this production possible. So, again, the final score here at the stadium for the 81st Annual Thanksgiving Football Game, the Quincy Presidents 14 and North Quincy Raiders 0. So for Noel DeBona, Jim Timmons, my name is Jonathan Caleri. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone, from QATV Sports. We'll see you next season.
It goes so quickly, doesn't it?